And we are live.
Hi.
We're not.
Hey. What up?
We're not.
No.
We're not. Are we?
No.
Damn, I'm another.
We are?
I'm a liar. Crap.
Are we in the
I mean,
the
you are
Twilight
DM,
Zone?
just not our DM tonight.
I mean, I'm seeing us. So
I mean, I guess it's just confirmation that DMs are liars all the time.
Yep. Fact.
that's
basically.
fact. Yeah.
How else
Give
are
you a
supposed
low
to
sense
get
of
anything
security.
We call it deception.
Yeah.
done? Normally you have to roll for that.
I would like to roll insight on the DM.
Well,
I'm sure
yeah.
the DM has a
Yeah.
magic
Yeah.
item that just
you
allows
just
you to pass
automatically
all.
fail.
Yeah.
Absolutely. See, I just did a deception check right now, and it was a nat 20. You heard the dice.
You heard the dice.
DC is real high for pass.
Yeah.
For,
It's a nat.
Insight?
It's a nat 20 for 3 million.
yeah.
This could be interesting.
Or you can just get 4 nat 20s and get a motherfucking island for your sugar mama.
You
Wrong
know,
game, Zoro. Wrong game.
Dude, I'm
you keep
excited. I have
saying
my
it's
own
your
fucking
island,
now.
but I don't think you won it.
I don't care. I won the
Me-
money, and the hubster won the island. We're taking the family to a resort.
Maybe
I
he
really
wants to
think-
turn it into a nature reserve.
I mean,
feel like
I
it'd
wouldn't
be-
put it past him.
Nature reserve.
Little do you know, he's gonna start Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Because he just wants to punch
No.
fucking dinosaurs.
No, because Jurassic Park in D&D is a fast track to Chult, and nobody wants that.
He just
Yeah.
won Chult.
Oh God, no! Sell the
He
island.
can have
Sell
it.
the island. Sell it.
It's like somebody come on. She's like, I got a timeshare in some place called Barovia.
Ooh,
Yeah, as soon as
That's
Ash and
great.
Turok get there, we're gonna be like, yeah, we're selling this shit.
Not worth it.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be.
That's a really good idea. For how, like how people get there. That'd be a really good idea. Like, you want
just-
a timeshare in Barovia.
Yeah, it's just it's a cursed timeshare.
That is hilarious.
And then just Curse Strahd starts off.
Not even in
I think
Barovia.
I have-
You have a timeshare and it
I think
when
I
you go to
have
sleep
the
it
plot.
transports you.
I think I have the plot setting for the next Halloween game.
Shit.
Oh, please no. Please no.
Candy 3, she returns
I
again.
just finished a Strahd campaign, and then in my Friday game, we went back to that same Barovia from like a
Oh,
month after the end of the Strahd game. I don't want to go back a third time. Please don't make me.
You're like, I'm done with Barovia.
Womp womp.
My poor cat just finally made it out.
Really quick, just slightly off topic, but a general concern. Are you okay still with the fires?
I'm alive, and so
Well-
is my house.
That's good. Both
Yeah.
good things.
That's good.
That's good considering you're not even done it yet.
I'll let you know if that changes.
Okay.
Just try to
sounds
get
good.
out first, and then when you're safe.
That's the plan.
That's the Mitch
It kind of
best.
sucks living out of a suitcase, but
Ooh,
you
yeah.
know, doing it for the time being.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no fun. I hear you.
I'm more concerned at this point about what our August is going to look like, because that's usually the peak of wildfire season.
Just promise me one
Oh.
thing. That if you do have to evacuate, you're not gonna like log into Zoom and ready to play D&D while you're evacuating.
You know I can't make that promise.
I know. I'm talking to the person here who broke their arm and said, "No, I have D&D," and literally sat there and played through the pain.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
D&D. Think I'm
you
gonna miss that?
you can zoom through the phone, right?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as I'm somewhere where my signal isn't gonna get interrupted, I can do what I did when I literally had no internet here. Just tether it to my phone, connect it to the desktop or laptop. I'm good to go. If my
I can
world is on
clear
fire,
off-
I want to play D&D because that's going to be my escape.
I can set up the spare desk, Fox.
There you go.
I mean, we're 8 hours south from you, so just want to do a straight shot south.
I have my passport packed away in my suitcase. It's ready to go.
There you go.
I'm like 4 hours from Zoro.
So aside from my world being on fire, your guys' world was almost on fire last session, metaphorically. As you proceeded further into the flooded woods, and after a rendezvous with a certain wandering blacksmith, you were beset upon, let's say, by some curious large snake-like creatures, one of which could speak the common tongue and more or less demanded that you leave the area, and a fight ensued. It was going well to start with, but then things took a very quick and very painful turn, specifically for Zara. She was knocked down and out at one point in the fight and dragged underneath the water. Meanwhile, Xena was under the influence of one of these things with its dominate person spell, I believe it
What's
was.
new?
It was looking like you guys were in some serious trouble, that Zara may not make it out of these flooded woods, but you pulled it together at the last moment, and you're able to execute these creatures and save Zara before she drowned permanently.
I feel like we've had a lot of these like close calls, or like
There have been a
Like,
lot of close calls
there's-
with this group, yeah.
Like every fight, almost.
where we're like hesitantly hovering over our backup characters like
Yep.
at the ready.
But you've somehow managed to get all of you out alive
Yeah.
and more or less in one piece. Let's see if that can continue through to the end of the adventure. But for now, we are going to pick up exactly where we left off. You guys have just dispatched these enemies, these creatures. A few of their bodies are still laying around the flooded battlefield. One of them did manage to make its escape, but you are all up and alive. You are no longer charmed. There are still some illusions around the area from a certain somebody's deck of illusions, but the hostiles are nowhere to be seen. So if you wanted to do anything in this immediate area, now's the chance. Otherwise, we will finish off with this last bit of travel that you guys were doing before you were interrupted.
Zara's gonna dump a level 3 cure wounds on herself.
Probably a good idea.
Isa wants snake steaks. So
Snake
I want to
steaks?
chop.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to chop up and get snake steaks. Something good for dinner,
Okay.
especially the one that was trying to take Zara.
We're
Give me
still
a
hauling.
meat.
I
some
think that is
birds.
the biggest one.
We still have birds with us
You
too.
do still have bird with you, yes.
So
Okay, I want snake
the-
steaks.
Hey,
Red
we got
birds.
all those within 2 hours span, so you know.
Isa wants
Um,
all of it.
Before you chop up some snake steaks, give me a nature roll.
Nature. Okay. 12. With my plus
12?
0 for 12.
Okay. Were you bit by any of these things? I don't remember.
I don't think I was.
I don't think you. Okay. Yeah. In that case, yeah, snake steaks sounds like a great idea. Go ahead and give me a survival roll.
since I'm the one who's gonna be cooking this, can I
17.
potentially
Yeah.
chime in on this idea about snake steaks at all? Think
You
it's a
can
good
give
idea?
me a nature roll as well, at advantage because you are a master chef.
I feel like this might not be the best idea. Okay. Oh no. Okay, bye D20. Oh, okay. So what am I adding to it? Survival, nature,
Nature.
nature. Ah, plus 0. Luckily, I rolled a 17, so it's still kind of high. So 17.
17? Okay. Examining the meat that Isa is cutting up and thinking back to the battle and the inflictions that you guys were dealing with throughout the battle, you're fairly confident in saying that this meat is likely poisonous to eat.
I'm gonna just walk over and using my axe, I'm just gonna gently smack it out of Isa's hands.
No.
Bad.
You had some nice steaks.
No, not nice. Bad. Yucky. Stinky. Bleh. Lots of. You don't want to be, you know, bending over for the rest of the night, do you?
I don't understand what you're saying.
It's poisoned, Isa. Not very glorious steaks.
Like-
Let's stick to the chicken.
Like a little bit poisoned or
Like,
a lot poisoned?
Probably more than we would like.
Mm.
Would it be okay if it was a little poison? Do you eat poison meat?
I mean, yeah, sometimes. If it's just a little poison, usually it's not that big a deal, but this
Yeah.
smells pretty. Ugh.
And
You know what I mean?
Little
It's
bit
an-
of poison adds flavor.
It's amazing that both of you are still alive at this point.
Many
Thank
have
you.
tried, but a snake steak isn't going to be the one. Let's stick to the chicken.
While they're having this conversation, Subira is going to resummon her poor little snake
Oh right, you're familiar.
that was blasted by electricity.
Yep. You can certainly pull out the incense for that spell and cast away to resummon it.
And
while
Eve
you're
will just kind of wrap
More-
herself back around her neck.
I am going to finish cutting up the snake that was trying to haul Zara away. I'm just not going to take any of the meat with me.
Okay. Zerax,
Yes.
give me a survival roll, would you please?
Um, 25.
25. Okay. As you're standing there watching these creatures be cut up, out of malice, I guess, not out of survival, it dawns on you that with the information you gathered earlier about being close in some fashion to the Feywild and the changes in the terrain around you and the almost confusion that these creatures had of you guys being here and wanting you to leave, you are able to determine that these creatures were likely something known as Naga. Very large snake-like creatures, and these ones specifically are guardians of this particular area. And it feels almost like they are in a place where they don't belong or they aren't native to. Like perhaps this area of the woods isn't necessarily on the material plane, but you're having a hard time figuring out whether you are actually in the Feywild itself, or if you are, like you were earlier, in an area that is like walking the line right between them. And you give me a nature roll, see what you know about these creatures, aside from what they are.
That's substantially worse. That's an 8.
8. Ooh.
I was gonna say, can I help from reading anything about them?
Yeah, actually, yeah, you can. You can give me a nature as well.
Okay. Oh, I'm actually proficient. Look at that. Oh, that's kind of low, but let's see here. 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, I think 15 is enough between the knowledge that I assume Xerax is sharing with the group.
Yeah.
And what you have read in books. One of the things that you know about Nagas is that they don't necessarily die when you kill them. their bodies are dead, but they have a unique ability where they tend to return to life within a few days of being slain, unless you're able to use some very, very powerful magic to prevent them from doing that. They typically return to life. So you know it's probably not a good idea for you or anyone else, for that matter, to hang around in this area for too long, because these creatures are likely to return. You know that one of them did escape and is probably going to find backup.
Stab, stab, stab.
Funny thing is, when it comes back to this spot, a hag and 5 knights will still be standing there like, ah.
The hag will still be preparing Spirit Bomb.
Do
I mean,
you
seems
share-
accurate.
Are you sharing that info, or are you gonna keep it to yourself, or?
Who got
No,
that? Who got that
Eexus
info?
wouldn't really
He might
think
be muted.
to say anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
me. That's me. Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that was to me and Xerax. Yeah, she'll kind of like go back into her memory banks and kind of just like as she's staring at the creatures, kind of rethink like, where have I heard this before? And then she'll kind of have like a aha moment and look at the group as Isa's kind of hacking away. I suggest that we move quickly along. They tend to not stay dead for long. They're interesting creatures like that. Plus,
Like-
reinforcements might come, so I say we best be on our way. We're almost out of this hell.
Okay.
You done, Easy?
Sure. I can be done.
Okay.
Do I know about like if they like completely heal up like almost instantly, or is it kind of a slow over time sort of thing?
When they return, from what you have read, they return basically at peak condition. And it happens almost instantaneously once the set amount of time has elapsed.
Okay, she's gonna do something that's a little out of character for her. She's gonna go ahead and as we're starting to leave, she's gonna go to the big snake that's partially hacked up now because of Isa.
No, I'm attacking away at the smaller one.
Oh,
Hopefully,
never
like,
mind.
Killed
She's-
Zara.
She'll walk gladly up to the big one anyway. And she is going to find the area what she think kind of sort of resembles a butthole. And she is going to take her dagger and kind of slice it open and shove the coin that the dragon gave her into it.
Okay.
And then
Interesting
walk away.
approach, but I like it.
That's the first time I've ever heard anybody say something like that in D&D.
Yeah.
It's
Are
a
you
little nod
shocked?
to fuck you, dragon, for scrying
No,
on everything.
no,
Here you go, scry
I'm-
on an asshole.
I'm not shocked. It's just this is a first.
I also think something else.
We're back, baby scrying.
Okay,
All right.
so Sabira does that, and you all watch it happen. And once she's done, I assume you guys are preparing to set out from the area and get the hell out of this flooded, wooded part of the terrain.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Okay,
Yup.
so you proceed forward, and it's not too much longer before you're out of the area. You walk for 10, 15 minutes, and it happens suddenly. Find yourself treading through water, stepping through heavy, wet mud, and you kind of get distracted, each of you, as you're traveling forward. You lose focus on the terrain around you. When you snap back into reality, you realize that you are no longer surrounded by water. The ground beneath your feet is damp, but it is not soaking wet. You don't know when it happened, but you're suddenly in an area that is very, very different from where you were before.
If I
And
turn
as you
around
look
and look
around-
back, do I still see the water?
So as you turn around and look back, you see what looks to be a barricade on the road. One that you don't recall passing through, but looks remarkably similar to the one that the two guards were standing at on the other end of this flooded area. But this one looks like it's been ravaged by time, like it's been here for 30, 40 years, unmanned and unkempt. You recall that the guards at the other barricade told you that there was one on this side as well, and that there were guards at it. But what you're seeing now does not line up with what they were saying.
Just out of curiosity,
Gary, you're muted.
Sorry, I just said, see, guys, we're through. I told you it'll be all right.
Weird magic shit.
What? What's weird? We're on the other side.
Just looks really old. Makes it weird magic shit.
Looks fine.
As long as I
It's
don't
a
have to go back.
place. I mean, I admit there was a bit of a change there, but shall we?
Hmm.
Kabira's gonna hold out the branch again and just let it chime a little and see if she can detect more Fae.
Okay. Remind me again what that does exactly.
You can expend 1 shard to detect the presence of a list of things. I'm choosing Fae. Within 60 feet of you, if such creatures are present, they don't have cover from you. Bell rings softly, their tone indicating. Oh, it doesn't tell me where they are or how many there are or anything, or takes them out of invisibility if they are invisible. But it does ping that they are within a 60-foot radius from me.
Okay. It does not alert you to the presence of anything at the moment.
Interesting.
But at this
I'm
point,
gonna be out.
night has fallen, so you can choose if you want to find a place to set up your camp here, or maybe get a little further away from this barricaded area before you do. Choice is yours, but it is nighttime.
We should.
I did want to do one thing. Sorry, had to go help with baby.
Okay.
But
No worries.
well, two things. I want to check on Reen after the fight.
Okay. She is still sound asleep, kind of poking out of your bag.
Okay. Little scritch behind head. And then I wanted to check on the eggs in my pouch.
Okay. The eggs appear to be fine.
Okay, cool.
We should probably move down a little bit.
I agree. I'll keep an eye out for a spot to camp as we move, though.
And as we're moving, I'm going to keep an eye out as well for any guards that may be hidden or anything, as this side was supposed to be guarded as well.
Okay. So both of you give me perception checks.
And I will watch the sky for dragons.
Give me a perception check.
That'll be a 16.
That's a 10.
Of 3.
A 3?
That's awesome.
Zena, you are very disappointed because you don't see a single dragon in the sky.
It's all clear, unfortunately.
Zara and Iza, as you move down the path a little bit, you begin to realize that there is, in fact, now a path before you. It looks like a well-traveled dirt road that has kind of formed beneath your feet as you've trekked onwards. And there looks to be any number of good places along the side of this road that you can set up a camp. Doesn't look like there's any creatures about in the immediate area or any other people walking down the path. You don't see any lights from any campfires or anything ahead of you, but the path itself does look well used, and you feel it's probably safe to set up a camp just onto the side of the road.
Lena will take out her cooking stuff and start plucking feathers carefully because she wants to save the feathers off of the bird, and like starting to prep that, put it on like a spit, make some like rotisserie chicken type thing is what she's thinking. A little bit of herbs and yeah, got it all
going
hooked up to kind of gently turn.
Isa will
Xena.
assist her, but not so carefully pluck the feathers.
No, let me do it. Do not ruin those gorgeous feathers. I have plans.
Xena, I have something for you before you start.
Yes.
And she's gonna reach into her bag and use both of her hands to pull out the bits and pieces of cloth that are all separated, and there's just a bunch of different bundles, and she puts them in your hands. I've found a bunch of herbs that you can use for cooking.
Ooh. Lovely.
Lots of common and high-end herbs that I found on the other side.
You know just how to make me happy. This is glorious. Ah, perfect. Okay, so along with rotisserie, this will be good with that. Yeah, maybe a little cream sauce. I don't know if I have anything to make a cream. Do we have anything to make a cream? Anyone got any milk? No. I'll do
Subir
what I
quickly
can.
lactates.
Hold on, let me see. Do I have
Spear
anything?
is real weird this session.
Right?
Yes, she is.
Do we have a cheese? Do we have?
I can give you mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll saute mushrooms as usual.
So
Thank you.
I mean, I could go look for an animal that might have.
It's fine.
I'll
It's fine.
cast Goodberry to make 10 of the mushrooms and hand them on over.
Ha ha ha. Yes. Perfect.
And then while the cooking's going on, I'm going to consult the Druid weather app to see what the weather is going to be for the next 24 hours.
Okay. So I will require a cooking roll from Xena.
Okie dokie.
Does she get advantage because I'm trying to help her?
Are you actually helping her, or are you just getting in the way?
That's a good question.
I don't imagine Xena letting you, but I appreciate the hope for advantage. But she's probably very concerned about how you were plucking those feathers and kind of shooed you away.
I probably hovered not too far away, making her constantly paranoid. I was going to come back over and try and help again.
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm so fine. I rolled just fine on my own. We're good. I add performance to that usually, right? So
Yes.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I rolled a 19 on the die.
23. Very nice. Okay.
It was almost as good as that perfect
Almost.
meal. Almost. And I taste it and I just get a little like, oh. Just nothing's ever gonna be as good as that, no matter how hard I try.
Yeah. It was a damn good meal. So while Xena is cooking, Zara, you consult the Druid weather app, and a little orb of light appears in your hands. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Body switch.
How
Body
did
switch.
how did we body switch? What happened?
It was those herbs and spices.
Yep. So the
Sabira,
little,
what did you give me?
little orb of light.
Freaky Friday Gnoll moment episode.
Oh, not another Freaky Friday, please.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Oh, it's Freaky Friday.
And you know that the orb of light means that it is likely going to be bright and sunny for the next 24 hours. Well, the next day.
That's actually a relief.
And is everyone partaking in this lovely rotisserie bird?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
sauteed mushrooms.
But of
And
course.
sauteed mushrooms.
I mean, Dana prepared it. Why wouldn't we eat it?
Fair point. So anyone that eats this lovely meal and consumes these forest herbs that were used to prepare it, as you are eating, you feel your eyes kind of dilate a bit.
Oh no.
And for the next 24 hours, all of you have advantage on sight-based perception checks.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
That's not where I thought you were going.
Yep.
Neither did I.
We all got a little high.
Probably that
There
too.
was some things in the
Herbs.
desert that I was hoping you guys would come across that made for a fun adventure, but
Damn.
did not come across them, unfortunately.
I also
Herbs.
try to I poke Rin in her back and be like, Rin, you want food?
And she's still
poke.
nestled into Yixis's bag, and she kind of stirs a little bit, and one of her eyes like half opens to look at you, but then it closes again, and she falls right back asleep.
I don't know if she wants to eat another bird. I feel like that might be a little awkward for her. So I'm just gonna put some like a little thing, a couple of mushrooms, sauteed mushrooms in the bag in Yixis's bag. It's for Rin.
Oh,
I'm sure she will
okay.
appreciate that when she wakes up. So you guys do have a bit of downtime before having to go to sleep. If there's anything specific that anyone wants to do,
Yes, but I'll wait. Someone else have something?
Oh, I'm gonna
I'll
copy
read my
more
book.
spells.
okay. So the nerds are doing nerd things.
Damn right.
Isa wants to take a short walk back up towards that old-looking barricade, and she's just gonna stick one of the gold coins she got from the dragon guy at the base of it.
Is everyone letting Isa go off
Nope.
by herself? Okay.
Nope.
I thought that might be the case.
Isa, where are
Yeah.
you going?
Just on a walk. I want to go back up and look at the barricade.
I'm coming
Come
with
back.
you. No, I'm
Mm.
coming with you. Bad things happen when you go off on your own.
I mean, it's not my fault. Mostly.
It kind of is.
Mostly. All right.
Okay. So the pair of you are going off to that barricade. So when you get there, Zara,
Yeah.
as you are watching Isa place this gold coin down near the barricade, you hear a little voice in your ear says to you, I suggest you go back into the water. And I need a, what is it, charisma? Or is it wisdom?
It's charisma or wisdom. It's one of those.
I feel like it was wisdom.
Isa has such a death wish.
Wisdom saving throw from you, please, sir. Or ma'am.
That is going to be a 23.
23, okay. I'm really sad the dice told me to target the druid. So you brush off this magical suggestion as easily as you did the day prior.
And
Turning around swiftly to look, I assume, at,
Nope.
at the source of the voice.
nope, like,
Okay.
because she remembers those freaking voices before. She's just gonna growl, walk over, and like grabs Isa by like the scruff of the neck and begin pulling her back and walking towards the camp.
Hey.
The voices are talking and we're leaving.
What voices?
The Fae.
They had voices?
Yeah, they keep suggesting we do things.
Oh, is that what was happening before?
Yes.
One of you guys were acting so weird.
So
You guys, you mean Xena. Like I was the only one.
I mean, anytime you need a wisdom saving throw, target the barbarian.
Yep. So you do place the coin as intended, Isa, before
Okay.
you are dragged away back to camp. While they are saving against all of my suggestions, who else is doing what else back at camp?
After I'm done cooking and cleaning up, Xena's just cleaning off the feathers and starting to craft something for herself. A sort of outfit
Okay.
using the feathers. Specifically a headdress and something that she's gonna search around for the sovereign glue as well. Is that still
Alright.
around?
I think
Isa
I-
has it.
Isa,
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
on? Did you leave your pack at camp by any
I
chance?
had to take it with me because I had the coins in
Damn
it.
Okay, well, I'm prepping, and then when she comes back, I'm gonna get the glue, and then I'm gonna continue. But
Okay.
basically, she's gonna glue feathers onto her armor so that when she spreads her arms wide, she's got like feathers everywhere, and she's gonna give herself like a feather collar, like headdress thing, like very Vegas showgirl for herself.
I love it.
And
Okay.
she's playing
Awesome.
around with new like makeup colors for herself because she thinks red and gold is gonna make a new statement for herself.
I think she's
I
right.
like it.
Adding a bit of fire to the glory.
Yes.
So
Heck yes.
by the time you finish your prep work, Isa and Zara return, and you know that Isa does have the glue on her person since she took her bag. Whether or not she gives it to you is up to her.
She wouldn't hesitate to give it to you. Need help?
No. I'm good. Can I just borrow or use some of the glue? Just a little bit, just for like some little feather placements.
She'll hand you the vial that has currently 3 ounces of glue.
More than enough.
Yep, and I won't make you roll for this because I feel like Xena has a long history of modifying outfits to be more glorious. So
Yeah.
she's probably well experienced in this field.
Thank you.
It will use up probably about a 1/4 ounce of the glue, so not too much. And yeah, your outfit is now even more glorious and colorful and eye-catching than it was before.
She's gonna wait until the morning when everyone's awake, and she's gonna try to position herself in front of like where the sun is, so that she has a moment when everyone wakes up. She's gonna get their attention and go, "Whoa!" So that's her whole plan.
That's awesome.
And before fireballs.
Oh, she can actually activate her storm aura if she rages and have just
Yeah.
a little bit of flame aura around her.
No, I mean Yix is panicking and throwing a fireball.
Oh yeah, then I would definitely be upset. Please don't fireball Azina.
Just to probably retcon just a little bit, while we're walking back down the mountain path, Isa would offer her buckler that she made to Zara. Like, this might help you get hit a little less. I'm not using it because I got the new one. Made from moose antler.
And she's gonna grab the buckler with the ghost hand.
And it feels like you're actually holding on to something. You can feel all the sensation that you normally would through an actual hand.
Oh, that's
but
gonna take
it's
some
this-
getting used to.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. It feels colder than you would expect it to, just because of the nature of the hand itself.
Funny enough, I had a shield when we left. I think I gave
remember
it.
you burned it.
Yeah, that's right. I did burn it. We needed wood.
Yeah. Still sad we used a shield for that. But now it's not as good as your old shield, but it's something.
How much AC does a buckler add?
+1.
Yep.
Perfect. I'm at 18 now.
Hey, it's better. That's all I had.
Okay, so as it gets deeper into the night and you are all getting ready for bed and night watches, are you setting up your trusty dome, or are you just sleeping under the stars? What's the plan?
Vixis would start to set up the dome unless somebody stops him. Also, how much downtime did we have exactly?
You had about 2 hours of downtime.
I would have volunteered to take first watch so I could continue working on mine to get it done.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take third.
And who's taking fourth?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. I'll take fourth.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will start then with Xena.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rely on perception because I'm busy working, so I can't do a zoomies. So I'm just gonna kind of, as I'm sitting and working, I have my ears like constantly listening as closely as possible. I've got my nose. I take a few sniffs every now and then. I look around a moment and then continue back doing my work. So that's
Yeah,
basically
so
what I'm
that
doing.
will be at advantage because of your Gnoll senses.
Is it my little What do we get? What was the bonus from the meal?
Perception.
The
So,
with
bonus
our
from
sight.
the meal was sight-based perception, and as a Gnoll, you already have advantage on hearing and scent-based, so
Oh,
you
okay.
basically have advantage on all perception checks. right now.
Perfect. Okay, so that's 16.
16. Okay, follow it up with a percentile.
Oh, sorry, -1. That's 15. My bad. 15.
Okay.
And for percentile, where did my dice is running away from me for some reason today? There it is. Okay, 33.
33.
Damn it,
Okay.
I'm gonna get interrupted.
So as you are sitting there working on your outfit, about halfway into your watch, you finish up with what you're doing. And it looks beautiful. It's glorious, colorful. You do a few practice wing stretches with the outfit on. And as you are kind of walking around, making sure nothing's falling off, making sure it's all moving the way you want it to, you happen to spot a little further down the path what looks to be 4 poles or long sticks of some kind sticking out of the ground just off of the path. Close enough that you can see kind of their silhouettes from where you are, but far enough away that you can't make out any details of what they are. But they look to be long, maybe 5-6 foot stakes with something on top of each of them. And they're all lined up on the side of the path.
Weird. I need to ask if it's normal for sticks to do that. She goes over to Xerix and shakes him. Hey, buddy. Hey.
You are shaken awake, Xerax.
There's some sticks sticking up in the road where they weren't sticks before. Is that natural for sticks? There's like a little mound too. So there's like a stick and a mound.
This is like comprehend Xena just after waking up pre-coffee.
It's a new spell.
Also, I'm gonna give you a sneak preview. I was gonna do this in the morning, but check it out.
You're turning into a bird?
I don't know. It's just not a bird, but like something more glorious than that. I don't know its name, but it's something really cool.
So
But
you're
doesn't it look?
telling me
I think red is definitely a good color on me, don't you? Red and gold goes. Anyway, sticks and mounds. You want to go check it out?
sticks doing stick things.
I don't know if it's
Okay.
natural for sticks. It gave me kind of a weird vibe. No.
I'm going to take a look.
Do you want me to come with you?
Oh, you're
She's
up too. Hey, Sabira.
I never sleep.
She never.
I can never quite
sleeps.
tell when you're sleeping or not sleeping. It's just the eyes.
It's probably because I'm looking down at my book.
Yeah. Sure. Sorry, I woke you up, Xerix. I forgot. Sabira's got that weird thing,
What
She
weird
does-
thing?
the not sleeping thing.
It's normal for me.
Ain't natural. No,
You're right,
Sleep is
it's
good.
not.
sleep is. Anyway, yeah, there's some sticks and mounds if you want to go check it out. I don't know if that's like a thing.
I'll come
Sure.
with you.
You woke me up. Why not?
Cool. Thanks. Didn't know what to do with sticks.
You usually fetch them, I witness.
Nah,
Turn them
not
into
really my thing.
arrows, turn them into spears,
That's more my thing.
make a fire out of them.
Also good.
You woke me up for sticks.
Well, look at them. They're real suspicious. They give me bad vibes, these sticks.
I think she hit her head.
Okay, I might have been sniffing a little too much of this glue stuff. It's got a really wacky smell to it. Made me a little woozy. I will admit that, but pretty sure those sticks are maybe a thing.
Right.
Right.
Either way, looking at the sticks doing sticking things.
Okay. So are the three of you going over to the sticks, or are you staying in camp trying to perceive from there?
I'm going to cautiously examine them from here and go from there.
See, right there. Moundy stick thing. For
Okay, so from here, you see about as much as Xena did. They are 5 to 6 foot sticks, pikes almost, that are sticking out of the ground, and each of them has something on top of it. But it's hard to make out from here because it's middle of the night and dark vision only goes so far.
I'm absolutely curious.
So is it nothing? Is it a weird plant?
Well, they're not trees. Trees don't just pop up overnight.
They weren't there before, right?
You didn't really look that far down the path before. You guys were looking for a place to set up camp, and once you found a safe feeling spot, you set up camp and you had your dinner and you got to your downtime activities. If they were there before, you didn't notice them.
While I was having my watch and I was looking around, I'm pretty sure I would have noticed like doing a scan if it was there and then if it was not there and then there. Or did I just kind of, while I was scanning, I just finally noticed it? Was it that? Or was it more like it suddenly appeared in a space that I had
doesn't
already looked at?
feel like they suddenly appeared. It
Okay.
feels like you've just noticed something
I just kind of honed
that
in on it.
could
Okay.
have been there the whole time. Perhaps now, because the light has shifted a bit, they're more noticeable. They aren't blending in with the trees and stuff around you. Whatever it happens to be,
Okay.
you don't get a sense that they have just suddenly apparated out of nothing.
Okay. I amend my previous statement about saying they popped up then. She didn't say that. She said she noticed it.
So, are you all approaching the sticks now?
I have one of my javelins out, and I'm gonna follow Xerx's lead.
Just because I feel the need that this needs to happen. She's going to take one of her fingers and just kind of stick it for a second on Xena's forehead and cast Mind Fortress on her.
That's a good idea.
Yes, it is a good idea.
No.
What'd you do? That felt funny.
It's to help you because you may need it.
Cool. Thanks. And she'll kind of pat her on the top of the head
Please don't.
and kind of try to fix her fur where she was patting. Sorry. There you go.
Thank you.
So, Derek, it feels like the rest of them are following your lead. Are you approaching the sticks?
I am.
Okay. So once you get closer, it becomes very clear to you what these are. They are pikes of some kind that have been fashioned probably out of the nearby tree branches and such, and stuck into the ground. And on each one of them, each of the 4 pikes, is a head. As you move closer, you see that one of them appears to be the head of a half-orc, one of a human, one of a tiefling, and one of a halfling. There is also a little board or placard of some kind at the bottom, resting up against one of the pikes. And it is spelled out very clearly in common, in some sort of dark red paint, let's say. And it says, "No mercy for traitors, pirates, or thieves."
Well,
Yeah.
good thing we're not any of those things. Oh wait, I don't even know if Xena
Oddly
can read.
specific and in the middle of a road, but still oddly specific.
I'm curious. she's going to can you reach any of these heads?
Yeah. The pikes that they're on are varying heights between 5 and 6 feet, so they're all arm's reach of you guys.
Okay. She's gonna go up to the human one, just in case the others don't speak the languages she knows. And she's going to place her hand and have it completely cover the front of its face, and a green glow goes off as she casts Speak with Dead.
Okay. Your spell goes off, and let's bring up the specifics here. And you feel movement beneath your hand as this head, this bodiless head, begins to come to some facsimile of life. And its jaw kind of squelches as it closes, still with the pike kind of embedded through the bottom of it. So it's not a pleasant sight or sound, but it does manage to close the jaw and take in a deep breath through the remains of its sloughing off nose. And its eyes kind of roll forward from the back of their sockets to look directly at you.
Does it look like it would have trouble speaking with the pike through its head at the moment?
It looks like it might give it a speech impediment, but it could speak.
You know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna leave it there.
Xena has her spear pointed at it.
It's fine.
So you have up to 5 questions that you can ask of this head.
What happened to you?
Decapitated.
I had to go with this stupid human. I'm trying to think on which one do I want to ask next. What did you do specifically to earn this fate?
We liberated friends.
Who are your friends?
You're looking at them.
You did a fine job liberating them. What is this place?
Woods.
Where did you liberate your friends from? Whereabouts? What is the city?
We liberated them from caravans on Delegate Pass.
I think that was my last question.
I think you have one more. I think you made 4 questions and a statement.
Oh, okay. Why were your friends taken to begin with?
We're thieves.
How fitting.
And as you say, how fitting, his jaw once again loses any rigidity that it had and kind of cracks open as the whole head kind of goes a couple inches lower down onto the pike, and the eyes roll back in the sockets, and the breath leaves its non-existent lungs.
Well, the sign was obvious, but I'm just curious. I like to get to know the dead sometimes.
Hey, you know, you do you. I'm not going to judge.
They were my companions for the longest time.
Yeah, okay.
They keep me company.
Sure.
You've
That
met Basil,
sounds
you know.
better than being alone, I suppose, right?
I was never alone with Dead and Eep around.
Well, now you got more friends, right? Ones with beating heartbeats and
Well, and the good news is when you pass, I will still have a chance to talk to you.
creepy, first of all. Second of all, just make sure I'm in a really nice outfit when I die. And I don't remember anything else. I'll get back to you. Should we go back to camp?
I've stated my interest. No reason for me to stay here anymore. She'll walk back and open up her book again.
Sorry for waking you up, Xerix.
I always enjoy waking up at weird hours of the day to watch Spira talk to the dead.
Well, I didn't know if it was like this natural thing or whatever. I know that I didn't want to wake Zara up because she's been through a lot today, and so you're like the second best person who's good at that stuff. So that's what my mind went. Sorry. Didn't know they were heads. If I'd known heads, I would have been like, Subira.
And Xerix literally just plops back down and falls asleep again. That
Easy
state
enough
where
to
I
do.
wasn't awake enough to actually be awake.
Yep, I know it very well. That is me for the first hour of every other Saturday. So, Xena, you are able to finish off your watch without any further issues or alerts. And it was Isa, I think, that was taking second watch.
I'll wake up Isa.
I've seen it. There's not a bunch of tracks. Sorry, I have a sneeze that's coming. I have Bramley stop on you in a minute. Yeah, annoying. Not seeing her usual tracks where she does her laps around the camp. I'll more do that instead. And
Okay.
use athletics.
And just to note, Xena did tell you about the heads and what we found out. Like, so
Okay.
you're all caught up, so that you don't find them and be like, "Oh, we need to wake everybody up." Like, you're aware.
You'll wake up Xerax again.
I was just going to say, you come across the heads and you immediately go wake up Xerax.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is how people end up dead.
I feel like I'd have to wake up Xena too, the extra muscle.
Xerix just dies of exhaustion because people won't keep on showing him the head. I keep finding these sticks.
We found some sticks.
Oh, that's not bad. 25.
25? Yeah, I'd certainly say that's not bad.
bad at
Follow
all.
that up with a percentile, please.
2, I think. Got
2.
the double zeros and a 2, so that's a 2.
Okay.
Is that
Really
with advantage?
good. Followed up.
I don't think the
bad.
percentiles are at
Oh,
advantage.
it's percentile.
No.
Yeah, never mind. I'm dumb.
Okay.
And it was
Um,
a athletic stop perception, so.
Yes. So, how do I want to play this? Okay. So you are doing your zoomies around your camp. Going a little further out, and a little further out, and a little further out with each circle that you do around.
Like up and fall on some pikes.
And yeah, you fall in a punji pit. You can't get out. Roll your new character. No. You do find yourself at some point, though, a little deeper into the woods off to the side of the tracks than you intended to be. And as you're running around and kind of coming to this realization, you stub your toe on a fallen tree and do faceplant right into the damp earth of the forest floor. As you look up from your fallen position, you see something kind of curious in front of you. There seems to be a formation of small rocks, like hand-sized rocks, that have been stacked in a very deliberate way. It's about 15-20 feet out from where you are. So as you get to your feet, you can choose to go inspect it if you want.
How
You
far
don't
back
have
is it to back to camp?
It's about 30 feet back to camp. Well, 30 feet to the tree line, and then camp is just on the other side of the tree line.
I gotta see if her curiosity gets that over. Yeah, it does. That was not a great roll. She's going to go to inspect it.
Okay. So as you approach this formation of rocks, you realize that it is something that's obviously been created by hand. Somebody has taken the time to find all of these kind of spherical and like egg-shaped rocks and stack them in such a way that it almost makes an inverted pyramid, like it's balancing on one central stone in the center. And there is a circle of rocks all around it as well. And one of them has a symbol carved into it. And give me a religion check, if you would.
An 8.
8. Okay. So you don't immediately recognize the meaning of this symbol that is carved on this rock, but it almost looks to be like a T in shape with two little circles at the bottom and almost like horns coming out of the end of it that curl around. It's a symbol of some sort, but what it represents, you don't know. And looking around as well, you start to notice that there is red stains all within this circle of rocks, but not touching this inverted pyramid. And on the back side of it, there seems to be a number of rubies and sapphires placed on the ground within the circle as well. This is likely some kind of shrine to someone.
A bunch of rocks that might have a symbol. And it might be a shrine. This sounds like a Sabira thing, so I'm gonna head back to find Sabira.
Okay.
I'm more shaker as if she was sleeping because I'm also not sure if she just sleeps with her eyes open.
Did everyone have a stroke? Why what is happening?
I wasn't sure if you were asleep.
I don't sleep.
That's weird.
I was
Found a rock
lost in
formation you might
space?
like. Wait, you were lost in space?
No, I
Where's space?
lost in the book. Never mind. She'll close the book. There's what did you find now?
I found a formation of rocks that I think you'd like.
Oh, first sticks, now rocks. We really are just heathens at what? Okay, show me the rocks. Show me the rocks.
More walk her out to this this formation that I found.
Okay, yeah, and she shows it to you. You see all the things that I have described to her, as well as the rock with the symbol on it.
So do I need to make a religion check?
You sure do.
Is it with advantage because I'm technically using it with my eyes?
No.
That's okay. That's nice and high anyway.
Good try.
22.
22. Okay, yeah, absolutely. You see this symbol, you immediately curl your nose at it, almost like you're smelling the scent of something foul as you look upon it. As you look down upon the symbol of the Prince of Beasts, Baphomet.
But, sorry,
you stared at her.
You cut out there at the end for me.
Oh,
What was it?
Did I?
It was so dramatic, and then it cut out.
Yeah, ruined the moment. Thanks,
Sorry.
Zoom, probably.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you look down, curling your nose at it, and you see this symbol, recognizing immediately that it is the symbol of the Prince of Beasts, the Demon Lord Baphomet.
Do I know with that role why this symbol would be out here? If it was a way to kind of like speak with the demon, or just kind of a hey, I was here?
Looking at this site, it looks like this was a shrine of some kind that someone or someone's has set up merely to offer gifts to Baphomet.
Oh, okay. We really should be much better with our surroundings when we set up camp. First, the the pike and the heads, and now a offering to a demon lord. This is it's a terrible place.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should probably go then.
Isa, as it is sort of explained to you what this site is, and I assume that Subira mentions that this is a shrine to Baphomet.
She'll say it in the most basic form because it is Isa. So she'll say, "Hey, this is Baphomet. It's a demon, usually Lord of the Minotaurs. Bad dude."
Yeah,
That's it.
and as soon as she says Baphomet, even though you don't really have an intricate knowledge of the demon lords and what they represent and what they do, you feel disgust deep down within you. And Subira, you feel the same thing despite your I don't want to phrase this, despite your reluctance to have anything to do with Yunogu.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Baphomet and Yunogu are mortal enemies. They despise each other, and their creations despise each other. So even though there is that separation between you and your creator, you still have that disgust for this eternal enemy.
Again, we really need to search far and wide when we set up camp going forward.
Why? As long as the camp area is safe.
Who would know if this was perhaps a ritual site for all we know? Between this and the heads over there, without proper research, you would think it's a bad omen almost.
We can knock it down. She still hasn't crossed over that circle, though. She will not step inside yet.
I don't think it's wise, even though it's not really a summoning circle or anything. It might just be in bad taste to ruin the rocks as much as I want to. I don't want anything to happen. Call
We
it
could
superstition
throw another
if you
rock
want.
at them. Then we'll be like, we did it. The rock did it.
Knock yourself out. I'm not against that.
I'm gonna look for a nice, decent size rock that I can throw at the pyramid and try to knock it down.
Yeah, so you look around, you find one that's about the size of your palm.
I'm going to throw it. Try to knock down the
Okay.
pyramid. I'm more aim for the one of the pieces at the bottom to try and knock it off balance.
Roll a percentile for me.
Oh shit. Okay. Will you please percentiles? The last one screwed me. $60?
60?
Or is the 0 on the ones die, is that a 10? Or is it a 0? I don't know, I'm confused.
I'm sorry,
Is
what?
Is it a 0-0 or is it a
No,
1-0?
I have a 60 and I have a 0. Is that 60 total?
It's 60, just 60, yeah.
Yeah. So you toss the rock, and it more or less hits on target. Kind of hits the top of the pyramid rather than the center or bottom point. But it's enough with the weight of that stone and the heft behind it that it kind of sways a little bit before one of the stones at the base of it gives way, and the entire inverted pyramid of stones crumbles to the ground.
Satisfied?
That's fine. Yep. One more thing, and I'm gonna pull out another one of those coins from the dragon. I'm worth it too.
Okay. Yeah, you
And walk away.
toss it in and walk away. Going back to camp, I assume?
Yep.
And you reach camp. Everything seems fine. Subira, are you going back into the dome and continuing your studying while Isa finishes her watch?
I am. However, I'm going to just pay a bit of attention here and there to that area. She doesn't really believe in superstitions per se, but she does know from personal experience to like what happens when you mess with gods or demons. So it's kind of like I'm just gonna keep an eye out just in case.
Yeah, you'd think Isa would have that experience as well, but
You would think.
But
So-
she got into a tiff with them and then won, in her opinion. So, in her opinion, she won.
So, you continue the rest of your watch, and after about 15 minutes, you realize that it's suddenly gotten very quiet around you. All of the insects and night birds have either gone away or been silenced, or perhaps they sense something that you do not and have chose to hide themselves from whatever it is. And this silence extends for 5 minutes or so before Subira and Isa, you both hear somewhere far off in the distance what sounds like the enraged call of a very large bull. You know from the echo of it that it is a long ways off, so you don't feel like you're immediately in any kind of danger, but the silence is unnerving, and knowing what you just did and who that shrine belonged to, and now
Mhm.
hearing the call of a bull, maybe wasn't the greatest idea to knock it over.
If Sabira looks up, either probably locked eyes in her in this oh shit moment, and just goes
You-
back to doing what she was doing.
You fucked with demons before and you just continue to
Well, yeah,
do
I
so.
won't.
Why? Why do you
Okay.
do that?
I won.
That's you never truly win against gods
No,
and demons.
I won.
As much as I may hate to admit that. Plus,
Look,
you
they're trapped in a cage in
supposedly
my
won.
head. I won.
You supposedly won against those. There are many, many more out there.
If I can take on 2 in my head, I can. What's one more? And they're trapped in
You-
a cage in my head now, so it should be fine.
You really don't comprehend how bad of a position we are all in, right?
It's a long way off. We're fine.
Not to mention that we had help using a spell that has never been casted before, almost at the cost of that soul.
Yeah, I
to
just have
help
to not
you.
let them in my head again.
Yes, they're trapped in your head. I get it. But what you're not getting is that not only did this kind stranger risk her life to save you, we all risked our lives to save you. And yet you continue to toy with fate. And I don't think you understand that the more you continue to toy with fate, the further we are going to die because of you not comprehending that.
But this one's not in my head, so it's fine.
I don't know why I bother. I think I'm helping and I'm really just making it worse. Fine. But if that beast comes our way and it goes in your head, I don't think I want to help anymore.
That's up to you. I wouldn't
It is up
ask
to
you to
me.
risk your life for me.
You are going
You
to
didn't want
continue
to.
to risk everyone else's lives because of it?
No,
Well, you're inadvertently doing so.
I-
You are slowly killing us if this continues.
not sure I understand how
I
knocking
wouldn't
over a
expect
shrine.
you to.
You said it was fine too.
I said it would be unwise to, and you wanted to throw a rock in it. I didn't know you were going to throw a rock at it. You said in it.
No, I said knock it over. What's
I
that?
walked away when you said that.
Oh. I thought that means I could do it.
No, you said to throw a rock in it.
What? I asked
A
permission
rock
first.
in it won't hurt it. Throwing a rock at it and tumbling it over is just sealing our fate.
It'll be fine. We set that we're on the Minotaur, right?
Just because it takes the form of a minotaur doesn't mean it dies like a minotaur. Or dies.
How does something not die?
I would like to explain it, but you wouldn't understand.
I feel like that was a bit mean. I'm gonna go wake up the next person for watch, assuming it's at the end.
Yep. At
Which is
the
Zara?
Yeah.
conclusion of that interaction, let's say, your watch comes to an end and you can wake up Zara.
I'll tell her that we found a shrine.
A shrine to
and knock
what?
it over. And we heard.
A shrine to what or
She
whom?
found a shrine to one that we personally know from our history.
I think you guys did
Baphomet.
homework.
And you knocked it over.
Said it was okay.
She thought she was going to toy it because she won with the demons trapped in her head.
It was just a pile of rocks.
It is more than a pile of rocks.
Did anything happen?
Yes, there was a roar in the distance. A bull.
Wonderful.
And you
Wonderful.
notice as well, Zara, that it is unusually quiet right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little uncomfortable staying here, but I don't know how much further we can go to really give us a distance between us and this creature, if it is a servant of the Lord.
Maybe I could throw it off the tracks.
Please.
Apparently, I have a fairy companion now.
I was like, no one
Yeah,
heard that, right? No one heard that?
You look over
No,
into
we
the
all
woods
heard
and
it.
you see
Damn
this
it.
little glowing fairy kind of like circling around the crumbled shrine, waiting for you to Z-target it.
Navi, go away. Fuck you.
All right. And you take the staff of flowers.
Okay.
And like walk out of the dome and like strategically summon flowers that have like the scent of what was the ones I summoned before? The ones that like give off like the scent of a of like a skunk or whatnot.
Corpse flowers?
Oh,
The corpse flowers, yeah. Like put like summon those like in random places just to throw off like our scent, just in case it's tracking us by smell. And then I'm
Okay.
gonna go back into the dome.
yeah, you are certainly able to do that. It is a very pungent odor that those of you that are awake most certainly notice, and those of you that wake up in the morning will definitely notice. But that's a good thing, right? Because it's most certainly
Yep.
masking your scent at the moment.
And I'll summon 5 of them.
Okay.
There's also the heads on a stick over there.
I'm sorry, what?
It
You
was a
Heads on
warning.
a stick.
Weren't we given the all clear that this was an okay campsite?
That's what I was saying. Who did the search? Do you know? Do you remember?
I
It
think
was
that
okay.
it was Isa.
I should have known better.
All right. Well, I'll keep
They're
my eyes out.
fine though. They're fine. They were just thieves that were being punished, and they're a warning. I'm not worried about them compared to the stones and the creature.
Oh, you talked to them.
I did.
Were these ones able to hold a conversation?
No, it was still an idiot.
Normally are.
As a human, what do you expect?
My fault. I chose the human, but it was just as a
Ooh.
precaution because I didn't know if the others spoke common. So I went with the obvious, and I really should know better.
I mean, that is fair. All right, well, Isa, get some rest. Sabira, do your book thing.
Will do, but I'll help keep an eye out. I'm a little uncomfortable.
Right.
Or go to sleep like I was told to.
Okay. So which of your skills, Zara, are you going to rely on?
Survival.
Survival. And are you remaining inside of the dome, or are you exiting the dome at any point during your general watch.
She's gonna. Okay, what sort of terrain are we in right now?
Right now, you are on a more or less flat-ish path through the woods. You're not directly on the path itself, but it is wide enough for probably 2 carriages to pass by each other on it. And there's a bit of grass and kind of like wildflower stuff on the sides. That's where you currently are. And right up next to that is a tree line leading deep into the woods.
Okay. She's gonna transform into a giant forest spider this time with wild shape.
Okay.
And then kind of just nestle herself in between like a couple trees.
Okay. That is most certainly something you, as a shapeshifting druid, can do.
And Subira will make a note of where she is just in case.
Yep.
This is
And
a precaution.
like all other transformations, she's got like the little mushroom on her head, and
Yep.
now the ghost leg.
Yep. Okay, so go ahead and give me that survival roll followed by a percentile.
All right, survival will be 17.
Okay.
Percentile will be 94.
94, okay. So if there's one thing that spiders are really good at, it is standing still for a very, very long time. So you are able to nestle into your little hidey hole and keep a very good eye on the area around you and around your camp. And you get the feeling that if something was trying to track you with just scent based alone, your tactic with those flowers was easily able to trick them, or at least throw them off for a little while. And as you sit there and your watch goes by, slowly but surely the sounds of life return to the woods around you, but there is still an uneasy feeling. Whether it's because of something trying to locate you guys, or just because you know what has recently occurred, you're not sure what the source is, but that air of nervousness is still around. But the watch does go by without any issues. Nothing approaches you, nothing approaches the camp, nothing travels the road during the night. All appears well.
All right. Making her way back to camp, she's gonna be cautious. You know, try to move as much like a spider would out in the open.
Okay. Roll a deception with advantage.
I'm gonna need that because my charisma sucks. Okay, so 18. You're muted.
I sure am. Yeah, so you are able to replicate the movement of a spider, eventually making your way back to camp and into the dome to awaken nobody, because the person for the next watch is already awake.
All right. As soon as she goes into the dome, she's gonna drop wild shape.
Okay.
Did you see anything?
No, I think the flowers I spawned have given us some sort of cover.
Good.
So keep an eye out. It's a bit uneasy still out there.
I will keep a sharp eye out then. Get some rest.
I'll try.
She'll go ahead and she'll put her book away, put it back in her pack, and she's keeping all of her senses open. She's her ears, nose, eyes, everything. She's on a very perceptive watch right now.
Okay, so go ahead and give me those rolls.
Oh my god, this is okay. So that is a 18, a d20, and then that's a d8. That's a 93.
18 to 93, okay. So as you are sitting there, I assume within the dome, everybody is
Yes.
within the dome still.
Yeah, she does not want a chance fate.
You are startled as there is a very sudden rustling and movement within the dome itself, and you look over in the direction of it, and you realize it was just Reen's polymorph potion wearing off. She's now normal-sized bird again, still sound asleep. And after that brief, minor heart attack, you kind of calm yourself, open your eyes and your ears once more to the surroundings, and that is when you feel it. You feel a vibration in the ground that you're sitting on. It's a low, distant rumbling, thud, and then another thud, and another, like the hooves of a very large beast walking around somewhere. You don't hear anything though, you feel it. And as a few minutes go by, that's when you start to hear it, rustling in the leaves somewhere beyond the tree line to your right. The rustling seems to be getting louder. Then it gets a little more distant. It gets closer and louder once again. This creature, whatever it is, seems to be searching for what or who. I think you have a fairly good idea, but you're not 100% positive as you can't actually see whatever this is. It gets very loud and very heavy at one point. You're surprised that your companions aren't being awoken by it. But then it starts to recede again. It seems to be going further away to the east, the direction that you guys came from originally. When it recedes to the point that you can no longer feel the vibrations, you wait with bated breath, hoping that it doesn't once again come your way, and whatever deity or fae or celestial, whoever it is that's watching down on you right now, you thank them as this creature, this gigantic creature, undoubtedly a servant of Baphomet, does not approach your camp as morning rises.
And she does actually, not realizing she was holding her breath almost that entire time. She kind of lets out a sigh of relief, and she grasps her amulet for a moment, and she thanks who she believes in for watching over them, as well as kind of giving a little smile to herself, knowing that Zara was a tremendous help to help with the scent. And then she just leans back and just kind of has her knees tucked to her chest while she just continues to watch the sunrise.
And within the next 15, 20 minutes or so, everyone slowly begins to awaken and arise in the morning. And as the last of you open your eyes, the dome around you fizzles away as the 8 hours of its duration conclude. And the morning and the rest of the day are now yours. But for now, we are going to take a quick break to get up and stretch your legs, refresh our drinks, and we will see what kind of trouble these people are going to be getting into today.
The answer is yes.
Yes,
All the trouble?
all of it. All
Yes.
of it.
Call down the reckoning, bring back hope and peace, restore our Gloria to live forever. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace, restore our Gloria to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the light bringer.
Okay, we are back.
Welcome
Hi.
back. So, you all awaken the following morning. Nobody has been trampled by some sort of raging minotaur yet. So, that's good, at least.
And I would like to note Xena does do what she intended to. The minute that she feels the sun on her face, she gets up, gets all ready, and positions herself so that when the rest of the group look, Subir is watching her probably do this whole routine, that she's like haloed by the sun and is just like, who wants breakfast?
Okay. So, you position yourself between the rest of the group and the sun.
Yep.
And then when you see them beginning to stir awake, you spread your crafted wings and call out who wants breakfast.
Yeah, but
And
she realizes what that sounded like. It's like, wait, not me. I just mean like,
Ethan's going to jump up and bite.
God
yeah,
damn it! And she'll start.
you all
wrestling.
awaken
Yep.
like, drowsy and groggy. There's some sort of like beefy harpy or something here now standing over you, calling out about breakfast. And
Now Ethan's fighting it, and we're tumbling around, sound like corgis again.
Yeah, we're like corgis. Damn it, Ethan, it's me. Damn it.
and as they begin to wrestle, you all realize, oh, it's Xena. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Everyone was ready to face the gym harpy, and it just turns out to be Xena.
The Gnoll harpy.
And Ethan's still just yelling about
The
breakfast, needs to
horror.
hold still.
I've heard of wanting to hear about the birds and the bees, but the birds and the gnolls?
She'll wipe the dirt off her. Damn it. I was just gonna make some leftovers for breakfast. I wanted to show off my new outfit. You got it all dirty. I try to like wipe it off.
Kick
It
up
was
a
your
bit of
fault
a
for
dust
your
cloud.
breakfast.
Okay, so Xena is gonna fix some leftovers.
Just real quick. Just heating it up.
What is everyone else doing, if anything? Are you taking some downtime in the morning? Are you organizing things? Are you just gonna get up and hit the road right away? What's the plan?
Subira's going to approach Zara, kind of kind of casually gesture her to go off to the side, so it's just a little private.
Uh-oh, the parents are having a talk.
Okay. Thank you for what you did on your watch. I think it helped us tremendously last night.
Seemed to do the trick with whatever was stalking us through the forest as well. Figure
Yes.
if it works one time, it'll work another.
Well, and I don't want to cause an alarm amongst the group, especially since some of them might want to hunt it or what have you. I just wanted to let you know, since you helped me, that the creature, a servant of some sort, I can only imagine, actually did approach near the camp. I could not see it, but it probably was looking for us, and because of you, the scent was thrown off, so much appreciated.
I do what I do to help keep us alive.
Yes, but we also may need to do something about Isa, since she seems to be the cause of getting us into the death traps.
She just has a lot of energy about it.
She does, but you must think before you leap. And she doesn't think.
That could be said about 90% of our species. But yes,
Indeed. I just wanted you to know that we need to be cautious at all times, because we're going to die at a very young age at this rate.
I don't suspect this is the last we'll see of that, or hear of that creature. If it is truly a servant of who you say it is, I doubt a little night romp is going to be the only searching it does.
Well, I am hoping that that is the last we will see of it, but I am by nature cautious and will keep my head on a swivel just in case for today's journey.
Indeed. Let's
Just
hope the
wanted to give
next.
you the heads up.
Let's hope our travel to Delore is uneventful.
Here's hoping. We could only be so lucky. She'll just kind of pat her on the shoulder and walk back to the rest of the camp.
And while breakfast is being made, Zara's gonna do the whole look into the future with the inner eye.
Okay. So you again sit down in your meditative stance, and that third eye lights up on your forehead, and you are pulled upwards, looking down upon the area that you currently reside. And you see your group, much like you've seen in the desert a couple times, move outwards from where they are, but they're like faint images of your group, and they're moving in several directions all at once, like the multiple images moving together. And you see the majority of visions of your group seem to be sticking to the northwestern part of this path as it splits off a couple times, and you eventually watch as they approach a river, crossing the river and continuing kind of westward towards where you believe is Delure, getting the feeling that at some point on this journey towards Delure, you are going to have to cross a nearby river.
Okay. And she kind of comes back out. Looks like we're going to the northwest. At some point in time, we're crossing a river.
Interesting.
Oh,
I
okay.
suppose whoever leads, if they're capable of reading a compass, I can let them borrow mine to help us keep on track.
How would you make a compass?
I have one on my person.
Perfect.
I mean, I could attempt to make one. I'm sure I could just find the right materials, but why start a project when we already have one?
Why waste it?
Indeed.
So is anyone doing anything during breakfast, or are you just going to chow down and hit the road?
Yixis will continue scribing down spells. How long do you think we'll have?
Between the other things that have happened and by the time you leave, you probably have about an hour.
Okay.
I think that's probably a decent amount of time for Knowles to actually wake up and get the shit together.
We'll also be talking with Rain, seeing how she's feeling.
Yeah, and she's watching you quite intently as you copy down these spells, hovering over your shoulder. Not really commenting on the work that you're doing, but it's like when you're trying to do something at the computer and you've got like your nephew or something standing behind you just watching what you're doing, and it's like, can you go? This is a little uncomfortable. But she doesn't go. She stays there and watches, and she tells you that she's feeling a little bit better, but that she doesn't feel like she's up to like casting spells or getting into any sort of combat or anything like that. She can walk. She certainly can't fly yet, but at least you don't have to carry her at this point.
Is she in her normal form now?
She is, yeah.
Okay.
And actually, just really quickly, an insight on why she's like hovering so intently, like if it's just curiosity or if she's guarding something. 17.
17. Let's see. What are her stats? I don't even remember. You get the idea that she is kind of keeping a mental note on what is in your spell book and what spells you are making copies of, and perhaps where you may have gotten these spells.
Do I feel like there's any ill intent behind that, or just pure curiosity? Because she's an inquisitive mind.
For the moment, it just feels like curiosity.
Okay.
She's quite a skilled caster herself, so anytime somebody's doing anything with new spells, of course, all the casters are going to hoard around. Ooh, let me see. Can I try? Can I try?
All right. Check on the eggs real quick and make sure that they're doing okay. And other than that, that's what Yixis does every morning.
The egg that has that arcane mark on it, the little bit of a glow,
Mhm.
feels quite warm today.
Do I feel like that's a bad thing or an indicator that it's getting close to hatching?
Probably
it's
an
too warm?
indicator that it's getting close to hatching.
Oh, guys, I think it's gonna hatch soon.
Oh, your baby snake?
Yeah,
Was that the snake from the desert or the snake from the forest?
this is the one you gave me from the desert.
Desert snake. That's good. I don't like these forest ones like very much.
Oh, I don't think it was one of those forest snakes.
Okay.
But
No, it was
I
from
can
before that.
understand your dislike.
Yeah.
I didn't
Remember
like
all
them
the
much either.
omelets we made back up on the top of the mountain?
Oh.
Save
well,
one of
no.
those eggs for them.
They were tasty.
They
Okay.
were tasty.
I'm sure yours is going to be very cute, though. We won't eat it.
Has your
Thank-
serpent been keeping
thank
it
you.
warm?
You're welcome. There's plenty of other things to eat.
Yeah.
I've put some bedding in the pouch and it's kept it warm.
You're
Of course, with
gonna
all
be
this
a
water around, I
papa.
have to change it out.
Xena pats you harder, like hard on the like. It's gentle for her, but hard for you on the back. You're gonna be a papa.
He's been taking good care of the eggs. I'm sure it's gonna be. He's gonna do a good job with the babies.
Babies?
How many snakes are in an egg?
One.
Are you sure?
Yeah, one
Heard
per
sometimes
egg.
there's two.
Are you sure it's even a snake? What if it's a dragon?
You know what? That's a good question. Isa gave it to me. She may
Pretty
not.
sure it was a flying
Oh.
snake nest that I found.
If it's a dragon, I
crap.
don't know if I can.
Well, if it's a dragon, we feed it, we let it get big, and then we fight it.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
should
that's-
name it
that's
Tad
fair.
Cooper.
We could even maybe while it's getting big, use it to fight other dragons.
Wow.
Little Tad Cooper. I believe in Tad Cooper. Sorry, for those who
What?
don't know, that's a reference to a show called Gallivant.
Oh, it's a great show.
Anyway,
You had to
cool.
break. You had to break it there, didn't you?
I couldn't help it.
I honestly can't blame you.
Yeah.
Although the one we found up in the forest, I really don't know what kind of snake that is. I just know it's snake. Or should be snake.
Oh, well, I guess we'll see.
Wasn't an egg I
Yixis
recognized.
is actually very concerned now that it may not be a snake and might be something more sinister.
I could have Eep check, but I don't think Eep will know she's not really a snake.
You know, as long as it sees you first when it hatches, it might think you're its parent and just work with you. I don't know. Not how these
Well,
things work.
That's what I would hope. Actually, can I do a nature check?
To determine
Whether or not I think it's a snake egg or if it's something else, and if the first thing that sees It sees when it hatches. If
Right,
that
yeah.
theory is a sound theory.
Give me that nature roll.
21.
21. Okay. You know that the whole first thing it sees when it hatches thing most certainly is not a sound theory. That's not a real thing. But it does appear to be a serpent egg. It's a bit bigger than the other one that you have in there, but the shape and the feeling of the shell all say snake to you.
Oh, okay. Oh, at least there's that.
As
Right.
breakfast finishes up, you all begin to gather yourselves to get back on the road. Who is taking the lead on the first bit of trek today?
Subira actually wants to hang out in the back on purpose just to kind of keep her head on a swivel from last night's events.
That's fair.
But she also is going to keep an ear out for whoever is in the lead. She's going to give them her compass to help.
Okay. So having the compass will essentially eliminate the potential for going down the wrong path.
Xena hangs back with Zara. Subira.
Yep. Zara will be up front.
All right, so Zara is taking the lead here on the first travel roll of the day, it sounds like.
Iza's also hanging out towards the back. She's just kind of unusually lost in thought, more so than normal. Kind of not normal for her to be lost in thought, so.
Isa has thoughts? Sorry.
I thought. Apparently.
Sorry, that was a low blow.
Or Isa getting picked on so much.
I know. So much shade.
I mean, to be fair, she keeps repeating her mistakes, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
To be clear, Xena
No
does
mistakes
not.
made.
Xena does not let Isa be at the very back. Xena purposefully makes sure that somebody other than Isa is at the very back because
Which
I
is
figured
made
that
to
was
be
the
watched.
I'm
case.
assuming Sabira is behind me, but I'm just on towards the back of the pack.
Yeah, so the way that I'm seeing it now is like Zara up front, maybe Zarek's right behind, and then Yixis and Breen right behind him, then Xena and Isa, and then Spira.
Yeah,
That's
Sounds
fine.
about right.
that sounds
Yeah.
good.
So, Zara, which of your skills are you relying on?
Good old survival, as always.
Survival. Okay. And getting
The old
lost
faithful.
has been removed from the potential outcomes thanks
Right.
to the compass.
That will be a 16.
16. Okay.
And then 93.
93. Very nice. So, walking down this path, you are feeling quite good. You had a vision of approximately where you should be headed. The road ahead of you is dry but soft enough that it's not too hard on your bare paw pads. There doesn't seem to be any creatures along the path. You kind of eye the heads on pikes as you walk by, but they don't eye you back, which is good. You continue down this well-traveled road. You walk comfortably and calmly for a good hour or so, and at one point you see someone coming towards you further down this road. They appear to be a dragonborn, a black dragonborn, and they look like they are looking at a map or a piece of parchment or something, and they're dressed in just like basic traveler's clothes. And they don't seem to have noticed you quite yet.
Okay.
Keep going, or you gonna wave them down, or
Gonna continue walking towards them to see if they have any sort of reaction to us. I'm gonna have the
Okay.
staff out, kind of like making it look like a walking stick, so non-threatening.
okay. And so when you get to about 40, 45 feet away from each other. They kind of stop and jump a little bit and look up, seeing all of you. Clearly, they hadn't noticed you until just then, and they immediately try to kind of regain their composure, and they just give you a friendly wave and look back down at their parchment and continue to walk down in the direction that they were headed, which is going to pass right by you. Perhaps their pace is a little bit slower right now. Maybe they're kind of cautious. They are by themselves, and you are a band of several gnolls. Not something that they're probably used to seeing, but they don't look like they're taking a hostile posture or anything, just kind of trying to go on their way.
When they get within like 5-10 feet of us, like as they crossing us, gonna look over to him and it's like, if you come to a barrier, looks old and rusted, turn back. You don't want to cross it.
And they stop for a moment, and they kind of consider what you said, and they look at their parchment, then they turn it to face you, and you can see that it looks to be a roadmap of some kind. And there are a few X's marked on it, and they kind of tap one spot further down the path in the direction that you came from, where there's an X. Is the barrier here? And it looks approximately where the barrier is supposed to be.
Just about, yes. If you cross the barrier, you're taken somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
Somewhere wet.
Wet. We ran into weird snakes and
It's like
A
the
lot of
barrier
Fae.
between this plane and the Fey Wilds has been
A lot of
brushed
nasty
thin.
territorial creatures.
Something messed with my head. I hate that.
How intriguing. Thank you for the pointer.
Yep. Safe travels, man.
Where are you headed, if I may ask?
Dolor.
Are you taking the river route or sticking to the road?
I believe we're sticking to the road.
Keep an eye out. There have been reports of bandits further down.
Yes, we passed some coming this way.
Excellent. I hope they try to rob us.
There's some on pikes down the road that way.
That'll
you-
be a kinder fate than I would give them.
If you try to talk to them, don't talk to the human. It's dumb.
Pardon me?
In
Talk to them.
its defense, they're probably all dumb. I mean, look at what happened to them.
This is true.
There's a human.
Well, ahead anyway.
On a
A
stick.
human head on a stick.
Yep. We didn't do it, though. Wasn't us.
Right.
We just found it.
There are others too.
What are you looking for?
We are just traveling through the area.
Your destination?
Wherever the road takes us, though perhaps maybe not where this one is going to take us from the sounds of it.
Hey, are you a fighter?
Yes.
Am I a fighter?
Yeah.
Like a brawler? What do you mean?
Like a fighter. She shows her great axe.
Oh, like a warrior?
Yeah.
No, not me.
No wrestling, none of that.
I try not to.
And you're traveling alone, huh?
Yes.
Are you like him? She points over at the little at Exis and Reen. They do
he's
the
obviously a lot bigger than me.
they do the stuff that makes stuff happen.
She's talking about magic. She wants to know if you're a caster.
Yeah, you do that stuff.
Oh, I know a cantrip or two, but it's parlor tricks, really.
Then you're gonna die. You should probably not travel by yourself.
Tina, don't be rude.
I'm just being honest. There's these things called death butterflies. Even even the butterflies are freaking insane.
Yes,
I mean,
if you see a large swarm of butterflies, do not try to approach them. They try to
Just
eat
run.
this one's face.
no matter how pretty they look, and they look real pretty, they're very deadly.
You would have to cross the river that we told you not to anyway. So just
Yeah.
avoid that road and please pick
Oh,
another.
Also,
But
there's
if you were a fighter, I'd be like, dude, go for it, enjoy. There's a lot of shit back there to go fuck up. But
also there's a black dragon back there.
yep, that too. Hey, you want a coin? Here, I've got a whole bag of them.
No, thank you.
Ah, all right. Can't
I
even
mean-
give this shit away.
Is that really that useless?
What, money? No,
Yeah,
money
just-
is not useless. I'm admittedly a bit weary about a pack of 6, pardon the word, foreigners
That's
walking
fair.
down the road,
You can
talking
say
about
no.
me dying and offering free money.
We get that a lot.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
understandably so for
I'm
our
just
kind.
trying to get rid of it. It was given to
Yeah.
me by that black dragon. I don't like him. I don't like dragons. No offense. I know you look kind of lizardy.
Spear just face
being-
bombs.
I'm being more offensive, aren't I? They've been working with me on this, but I'm just gonna.
Look, all she's trying to say is it's really dangerous, and if you're not extremely capable at handling yourself, you might have a lot of trouble.
What he said. Yep.
Well, I would like to think that being a black dragonborn myself, I have a bit of sway with black dragons, but they are not known for their conversation skills.
Oh,
No,
really?
he
This one
wasn't very
talked a lot.
conversational. He was more like, do what I want or I'll get really mad.
I mean,
That
he talked
sounds
more
like
than
a
that
black
sand
dragon.
dragon.
But you actually spoke to the black dragon.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean,
That is not
he
a common
helped
thing.
us. He helped us, but it
A black
also
dragon helped you. Helped you.
Yes.
A black
Help is
dragon.
probably the wrong word, but it's the close enough word.
Assisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted us to give this gold just to people, and so that was the only thing he wanted us to do. So I've been trying, but
I'm quite surprised. Usually a black dragon will just spit acid all over you and leave you to melt.
I meant to tell you all. You might as well just toss those coins aside. We shouldn't be helping it.
oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. I thought it was like a deal
I
we made
didn't
or
want
whatever.
to make the dragon mad.
Well, you're nowhere near it now. Throw the coins away.
I'm surprised you didn't toss
I
them
don't
in the river.
think that matters.
I threw mine off the cliff.
May I
He's just gonna
ask-
drop hers out. of the bag
Yeah,
right
Xena
there in
just
the
drops
water.
hers on the ground as well, right there.
Why did a black dragon give you gold?
To spy on people. Apparently,
Don't
those
trust
coins
it.
allow it to see.
Guys, just hold on a second.
No,
And he just shh.
no.
And Yixis is going to cast, like, take a little copper wire and just cast into it. And he's going to do message to the guy so that he hears it in his head and it's not said out loud. That the dragon uses the coins to spy on people and gather information.
Okay. So you will get a response to that. Would the dragon not be watching you ditch the coins then right now?
I don't care.
It's a message directly to Yixis.
Oh,
And he'll recast it. That's kind of what I was worried about. And why I was hoping they wouldn't say things like that out loud.
Are you sure it was a black dragon?
Wasn't it more of a wyvern?
It was like shadowy.
It was a shadow drake.
If he says that out loud, Xena would say, he was all like see-through and misty and shit, hard to hit.
He kept saying he was not a dragon, but he totally looked like a dragon.
Message again. It was a shadow drake.
Now it is starting to make sense.
He said he served somebody more powerful under the mountain.
Which mountain was this, if you don't mind me asking?
Just point.
Curious.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you have that map there, and Shamisa's going to go up to the map and start like trying to figure out where we are, where
So
it is.
The conversation there was through message
Oh,
between
sorry.
Ixis and the Dragonborn, but
I got
after
confused.
hearing that, the Dragonborn will say "curious" out loud and then hold up the map and address all of you.
He's all caught up to speed.
I don't suppose you could show me where you've come from.
Yes, I'm quite good at reading maps. And she'll go over and she'll kind of point at the barricade from point A to point B if it's available. Like, hey, avoid here. This is where we popped out, and then this was the mountain that we were at, where the Shadow Drake was.
And once you point that out, the Dragonborn will turn the map back around, pull a little piece of charcoal out of their pocket, and do a quick little drawing of a dragon on that mountain, and then circle it. Quite a bold circle around it. And then they'll roll the piece of parchment back up and tuck it away on the inside of their jacket.
Are you planning to go talk to the dragon or avoid the dragon? So that was a lot of circles.
We are making sure that we don't forget where the dragon is. Black dragons, as I said, not good at conversation.
Okay.
Are you an explorer or a scholar?
A traveler.
Where are you from?
Far, far away.
We're from the desert. Are you farther than the desert?
Which desert?
big
There's
one?
more than one?
The one next to Delore.
I
The
see.
desert.
I suppose that does make sense. I'm from beyond that desert.
Wow. What's it like? Where you from?
Well, we are from a place that is quite cold,
Yuck.
not overly hospitable.
Why are you here?
Traveling.
That's not an answer.
Why are you here?
Trying to get home. To the desert.
It's about as descriptive as traveling.
No, I gave you more specifics. Going
I'm-
home is like, destination
Right.
goal. You
Well-
traveling, there's no
he
goal.
did say he was an explorer. Explorers
Traveler.
travel a lot.
That's a goal. You just
Some people just want to learn and explore and find new things.
It's
Oh.
like you always want to find the next best fight.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Hey, if you find something cool to fight
I
and you
will
have
run
a
away.
magic-y way of getting word to me, let me know.
Right. And your name is?
Xena! The glorious.
And your friends?
Friends.
Yixis?
Well, that's
Severe.
2 of you. 3 of you.
Better than this. Isa.
And she looks, or the Dragonborn is a female. She looks over at Zara. And your name?
Leader.
He's finally accepted it.
Interesting name. She looks over at Zarax.
What was your name, though? You didn't tell us.
Insist on contacting us.
Sorry, I
Well,
interrupted you.
Thank you for the information. I best be on my way.
No, what's your
What's
name?
your
What's your
name?
name?
I gave you my name at the start of this conversation.
Shit, what was it? I forgot.
Not too smart.
You
Sometimes.
are forgiven.
What was it? Tell me.
I
really
don't like
don't
to
remember
repeat
that.
myself.
I really don't remember that.
I don't think they did.
Insight
Wait,
check.
no. I'm rolling intelligence check to see if I remember.
Okay.
Can I roll insight to see if he's lying?
Yep.
I got a
Just
16.
about to say
Natural
the same
24,
thing.
24.
Okay. Gotta roll some things myself now. Okay. Xena, surprisingly insightful at the moment. You
I rolled
realize
high.
that this Dragonborn is really trying to just leave this conversation at the moment and just be on their way. And Yixis, they didn't give you their name.
I was
But
gonna
no,
say I don't
sure.
remember that.
Really, you didn't tell us. We just gave you all our names.
Yeah, it's only fair. You can't leave till you give us our name. I know you want to go. Give us a name. We'll let you go.
I'm
only nice.
positive that I did.
Nope.
No.
Yixis said you didn't. You didn't. He's the smartest guy here.
Right. Well, I apologize for my rudeness then.
Yeah. So introduce yourself. What's your name?
I will try to do better should we meet again.
No.
I put out my paw to shake.
You can't just insult us.
They grab your hand very reluctantly, Yixis, and it's a
Zine-
very slow handshake.
So what's your name?
Well, I best be on my way. Good day, all of you.
Xena's gonna stand in front of him. Now, friend.
Can I
She's
pick
gonna-
up my foot start tripper too?
She's gonna kind of smile and show all her teeth and stuff, and know that he's got teeth too. And she's gonna kind of like just lean back so that her axe, her beautiful big axe, glints a little bit, and say, "I don't appreciate it when people are rude to my friends and me. And we gave you information pretty freely. We helped warn you on your path ahead. And all we ask is, say, friend, what's your name? You know all of ours. So, gonna need that name before you head out. And I'd like to intimidate him into giving
Okay.
a name.
Roll me that intimidation.
Oh, I rolled really high. I'm on fire today. Okay, so that's an 18 on the die plus 4, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22. Okay. So they kind of take a couple steps back and put their hands up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want any trouble. I just
Neither did we.
want to be on my way.
Well, just give us a name then.
I'm not comfortable doing that.
We gave you all of ours.
Why? It's just a name.
It makes yourself real suspicious, like, you know? Like, only shady, mean people won't be like, oh yeah, buddy, I'm such and such. How hard is it to be like, I'm Joe? Like, give us a name, dude.
Well, I assure you I am neither shady nor mean, but I am currently surrounded by 6 gnolls out here in the middle of a forest by myself, and it is making me quite uneasy.
As it should. We're nice gnolls, though. You're lucky I'm in a good mood today. I have a new
Are you?
outfit. But I do want a name
Yes.
before you go.
You should see her when she gets really upset. This is nothing.
I don't want to see that.
You really
And just give her a name.
It
I
make me feel
don't
better.
Want to,
Why?
because a name is a powerful thing.
So give us a nickname.
Why?
Traveler.
That's not good. That sucks. You're not even
I mean, it's about as
You're not
good
even
as-
trying, buddy.
It can't be any worse than calling yourself leader.
I am the leader.
And I
Yeah.
am the traveler.
Good
Not
enough.
that traveler.
Oh, let me
Suddenly
get
has
you a
red
bow.
hair and a green cloak.
Good
All
enough.
right, well then give us something else. What are you gonna give us? You
Xena.
can't give us your name.
Xena, let the traveler go.
Mm.
We have more pressing matters and things to get away from.
I'm gonna give him a pointed stare and lean in. Okay. And I'll back off.
We're okay. We can part ways without aggression.
There is no need for aggression. You're fine to go.
You have any books?
Do
Can I have one?
This poor dragonborn
Just like we are the worst.
stopped by to ask for directions, and now all of a sudden it's being harassed and now asking for free books.
do you have something to trade for a book?
Yeah, I'm sure we got stuff.
Yeah.
Would you like?
Got some antlers.
You said
handy.
gold is useful, right?
Yes. Preferably not gold from this black dragon, though.
I have this shiny stone.
I do have some that isn't from the dragon.
Xena holds up a diamond.
No,
We
no.
are surely interested in that. Yes, we will absolutely trade a book for that.
We want to keep the diamond.
Why?
Diamonds are good in a tight spot.
In case one of us die.
Oh, I just thought I had these two for no reason. Okay,
No, we would
Never mind.
keep that.
sorry, can't offer diamond.
We
Suppose
have
that
more
is
pressing
fair.
matters. Let's just keep going.
What about?
Yixis
Pulls
pulls out
out
a
the dragon dagger.
Yixis pulls out a handful of gold, and the dragon dagger is currently in Zara's.
Yeah, the dragon.
Oh.
The dragon dagger has
That's
bonded
right.
itself to
I need to
Zara.
remove that from my inventory.
Oh, which reminds
Okay.
me, Xena, add in 2 weeks worth of herbs.
Okay.
But Yixis will dig 2 paws in, and there's a bunch of gold.
For a book.
Does Yixis have any idea how much books are worth?
Roll an insight check. Not on the Dragonborn, but just on books.
Insight. 11.
11. Books are often more common than handfuls of gold.
Well, this for several books.
How about half of that for a single book?
Well, what's the single book about?
Well, we have a couple choices. Most of them are geography based, let's say.
Boring.
Yixis will look at Reen. What do
Just
you
kind of
think?
shrugs, like she has no idea what to make of this entire situation.
We'll put half of it away. Okay.
The Dragonborn will happily take that handful of gold, and they will reach into their little bag that's kind of hanging at their hip and pull out an average-sized tome and hand it over to you. And scrawled on the spine of it is the title of the book, Blunderous Teleportation.
Yixis will take out the other half of the gold again, but this time with 1 of the dragon coins. So what's your name?
I best be on my way.
Fine, you're lost.
I'm afraid so. Well, it was nice meeting you. Thank you again for the information and the fair price for the book. And they kind of turn on their heel and begin to walk down the path in the same direction that they were headed when you first came across them. I assume nobody's stopping them.
Bye, traveler, no name.
Goodbye. And the path ahead of you is now clear once again to continue with your trek.
If you play if you're interested in D&D, you too can harass innocent travelers on the side of the road.
Hey, he was
Indeed.
disrespecting. He was
I'm-
disrespecting.
He's
I'm
still
gonna
alive.
use I'm gonna use so many sendings on him later.
Oh dear God.
So what's your name? Got a name yet? What's your name? That poor dragon.
Use the remainder of your spell slots at the end of every day, right before a long rest, to just sending over and over and over.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it specifically like at midnight to wake him up from long rest.
Well, I also have that amulet of sending.
Yep. Yes, we do.
God, we are annoying.
I mean, we are technically kids still.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
So, Zara, you lead the group forward for the remainder of that block of travel. And after 2 hours has elapsed, you can choose to continue leading the group, or if somebody else wants to take the lead,
No,
now's the time.
She's gonna continue leading. Kind of feeling sorry for that dragonborn.
I wonder why.
have a feeling that every person we meet along this road to Delore is just gonna get harassed.
If they're nice and don't disrespect. Xena's
Alright.
very pleasant.
I'm gonna continue using survival.
Okay.
That is going to be another 16.
Okay.
And this is a 44.
44, 16 and 44. Okay. So, it's not too much longer after your encounter with that dragonborn that you see the path beginning to fork a little bit. And you know that the path to your right is the one that you saw the majority of those images of yourselves going down. But you don't have to go down that path if you don't want to. The choice right now is yours.
Nope, going down that path. I'm just gonna take because I've seen the majority of them take that path and then come to the river crossing and everything, so we're just gonna stick with what's known.
Okay. So, sticking with what's known, you walk forward for another hour and 10 minutes or so before you hear the sound of rushing water. You are approaching what is undoubtedly the river that you will likely have to cross to continue your path to Delore. Before we find out what is awaiting you at the edge of the river, we are going to take our second break of the evening to once again stretch our legs, refresh our drinks, and prepare for what is to come. We'll be right back.
I don't
in
like
just
the
a couple
way you
minutes.
said that.
Neither do I.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, I feel like our poor traveler's gonna come back to get us.
Claims my inner peace, my inner peace. As the masses came along, the shadows run its land. They lay siege to all we ever had. Yeah, I stood strong, I was all alone. I stand defiant.
And we are back.
Oh, hello.
Welcome back.
Hello.
All right, where were we? Right here, just approaching the river. So the trees around you, as you proceed further down this path, begin to thin, and you hear the sound of rushing water. As mentioned, undoubtedly the river that you know lies ahead. And proceeding forward, stepping out from the tree line, you come face to face with the river that you now know you have to cross. The water is moving at a significant speed. It is, I think, a month or so into summer at this point, so all of the snow and ice atop the mountains is melting, and it's all rushing down through the waterways, causing the river to be possibly higher than it normally is and moving quite a bit faster than it normally would. I'm going to move you guys over to a map here, because this is
We're all
not
gonna
going to
die.
be an ordinary walk across a bridge type of river crossing.
Zara, do we
Is-
have to?
The bridge in front of you is not really there anymore. You see some planks of what once was a bridge, but has at some point long ago collapsed into the rushing water.
Does it look just as decayed as that barrier we had? It looked like it was
It-
20 or 30.
Doesn't look decayed in the same way. What you can see in front of you from the posts within the riverbed and the planks all around, this was at one point a proper crossing bridge for maybe trade routes, caravans, carts, that sort of thing, but has been left in disrepair. Maintenance has not been done on it. The wood has started to soften. A lot of it looks rotten in certain areas, just from the nature of being on a river. And you even see a bit of a wreckage, perhaps, off to one side of somebody that thought maybe they could swim across the river and didn't quite make it. There is an overturned boat on the opposite end of the river. And the piers and stuff that you see poking out of the river are close enough together that perhaps with some well-timed jumps and some sure footing, you might be able to find a path across. But looking up and down this river, you see no other bridges in sight. So if you're going to cross, this is likely the best spot in which to do it.
I may have an idea.
I hope it's better than my idea, because my idea honestly kind of sucks.
You're gonna swim, aren't you?
No, tie a rope to the smallest one, throw him across, and then we can use that to go across.
Oh, it's better than my idea. I was just gonna use a spear.
I'm. Can someone strong stay on this side? So probably Xena. I want you to hold this end of the rope, and I'm going to jump over and cross the river to the other end.
Cool.
And then we'll just use it as a line. Although, if it helps, may I perhaps hold on to one of your javelins so I can help secure it in the ground to have a little extra strength on my end to help?
Yixis has one of them, but I've got two more. Here you go. Not
Thank
counting
you.
Sparky. I'm not giving you Sparky.
That is all right. And so what? So I had to calculate it. I can do this. So what? Subira's going to do is she's going to get a running start.
Hold
and
on,
she's
hold on.
Gonna,
I
Are
got
you
this.
good at jumping?
How fast is the water moving?
Very fast. If you were to
Oh.
fall in it, you would immediately be swept away.
I was gonna say I could cast water walk.
did you want to do that instead?
It's like an escalator. I want
Yeah,
to-
it'd be like
belts.
a treadmill.
Yeah,
Treadmill.
it
Like a-
would be like
Like a
trying,
really fast treadmill.
yeah, trying to cross like a whole bunch of treadmills that are lined up and going at varying speeds.
If it helps, it would help us if someone were to fall in the water, at least. no drowning.
I can offer a solution.
Go on.
I can basically teleport across to the other shore.
I mean, I
That's
can
what
too.
I'm going to do.
Okay.
Like half of us can teleport.
Yes, but you need a running start first. So,
Maybe you do.
what's your
Oh.
strength score? What's your strength score, bitch?
Has nothing to do with strength score.
For your jump, at least. If it's Misty Step, you only got 30 feet, and that's 40 feet across.
You guys have seen Yixus go 300 feet.
Yeah.
Well, Spear jumps, and then when she's 10 feet out, she's going to do Misty Step. And land on the other side.
Okay.
After, of course, like I mentioned before, handing Xena the one end of her rope.
Okay, so you are going to attempt to get one end of the rope to the other side by misty stepping?
Yes.
Okay, so if you misty step, either you take the whole rope with you or you leave the whole rope behind.
Xena, can you throw, if I tie the rope on the end of this, can you throw it across
Yeah.
and have it land in the dirt, not the bridge?
Yeah.
That won't be secure enough.
Sure. Yep. Okay, I can do that. I'm pretty sure I can do that.
Let's hope you can do that.
Yeah, I can do that. I was like, what's my range on my javelin? Okay. It's just that I think it's at disadvantage at the higher range, right? So I don't use a lot of ranged items, so it's like
yeah,
because I've
so-
got 30/120, so it's within the second range, which is at disadvantage, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
What exactly is the plan here?
Oh, to tie a rope to one of my javelins and throw it so it's across the river so it sticks in the dirt on the other side is what she asked me to do. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna
That way,
contemplate it
one
any
end of the
further than
rope is
that.
on that side. She throws the javelin to the other side. So now we have. So okay, so someone holds the rope on one end. She throws the javelin, so it gets to the other side. So now we have the rope going across.
I'm gonna hand the end to Iza
All right.
since I'm working on throwing it, and then I'm going
I'm
to
more wrap it
tie,
around my wrist a few times, then hold on to it.
and then I'm going to throw.
And Sabira, which side are you on? Did you misty step or are you
Not yet until it's been
Okay.
thrown.
Okay.
She ain't gonna catch that.
Catch it.
Ooh, it's not good, guys. I think I just lost the javelin.
Well, it's tied to this rope that I'm
That's
holding.
true. We could pull it back. Because that was a 11. I rolled a 3 on the dice, but I've got a good modifier.
11. Okay.
But it's 11.
So you throw the javelin, as you are used to doing with these javelins. You know the right form in which to use to get as much distance as possible. And expecting it to go clear across the river, it only goes about a third of the way across before the weight of the rope that's tied to it just drags it down into the water.
Oh shit! I didn't account for that.
Javelins only weigh about 2 pounds,
Ah.
and that is insufficient weight to carry a rope all the way across.
I want to pull the javelin back in with the rope.
Yeah, you didn't lose the javelin, which is good because it was tied to the rope, so you get the javelin back.
Can I feel my hand axe? Do I think my hand axe might do it?
Hold on.
Okay.
I was trying to save
I'm
us
gonna-
on spells, but at this point, I think the assistance,
My-
I guess, has no problem.
My familiar is a flying snake, and I'll put the rope in its mouth and say, "Fly it across."
Okay. Look up flying snake real quick. This does matter. Okay. So your familiar will take the rope and will begin attempting to fly it across. I will need a strength check from the familiar, though. a flying snake has a -3 to
Oh
their
yeah,
strength checks.
I'm well aware. But I mean, all in all, the rope should only weigh. What does rope weigh?
The rope doesn't weigh too much, but it is a long distance, and some of that rope is being dragged through the water as the familiar is flying across. So it's
So I
basically
rolled.
the familiar trying to fight against the pull
What
of
if
the
we're
water.
like holding it up? Like,
I
Or like
rolled.
unspooling it as it goes.
yeah, and
I
I'm
mean, I would imagine we would do that. But anyways, the roll is a 15 on the die, so 12.
12. The familiar gets about 2/3 of the way across and begins to struggle quite a bit, and chooses to, at this point, let go of the rope lest it be dragged underneath the water. Unless you
Okay.
want it to be dragged underneath the water, which I would certainly allow that.
we reel it back.
Yep.
Next idea. Come on, geniuses.
Fine, I will catch the damn thing. I'm gonna run and Misty step across.
I don't
Okay.
know how she's gonna catch
How are
it. We
you
haven't
gonna-
been able to get it.
Oh,
Crossed.
yeah, that
I
didn't.
can be
She's
quite
gone. She's gone.
dexterous. I just don't try to aim it at my head.
But we can't.
Move
what do we-
your token to exactly where you're going to be going.
Can't you just hold on to the rope and then Misty step?
The rope will
Apparently
disappear.
not.
Or I can't.
But,
Because it's
Severe.
a held object, basically, that you're trying to teleport with.
but
So either you take the object with you in its entirety, or you leave the object behind in its entirety.
So I Misty step, land there, and then take a step back.
and then Xena just kind of shrugs her shoulders because we still are at a loss for how to get the
Um,
rope across.
I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Subira, as
That's
you
fine.
move across those very squishy boards.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, Xena. Let's look for a rock, and then we can throw the rock across.
Okay. Rock
Look for a
duty.
rock. Where
that's a 16.
Xena and I are gonna look for a rock.
Sorry, what was
Never
that
mind.
dex save?
16.
16? Okay. You feel yourself begin to slip a little bit, but you manage to dig your claws in and catch yourself and step back without falling down.
Shut up, Navi. I made it. Okay. Okay, so after I kind of like, sort of like wipe the dirt off my hands from almost eating it, she'll go ahead and wave her hand as an indication to throw it.
We're looking for a heavy enough rock
Yeah,
to
we're
throw
looking for a
across to
rock.
carry the rope, but not so heavy that we can't huck it across this river.
Okay.
Typically, Xena can't huck it across
And
the
tie
river.
the rope to that instead.
Yeah,
Attempt to.
and one hand.
Give me an investigation, whoever is searching for a appropriately sized rock.
I'll give Isa. I'll help Isa.
Okay. Yeah, so
Okay.
that'll be an advantage.
Investigation.
Yep.
Okay, did pretty good. That's a 17.
17. Okay, you find a rock that is like 2/3 the size of like a basketball. That probably
There we
has
go.
enough weight that if
Yeah.
you can get enough heft behind it, it'll carry the rope all the way across.
More tie the rope to it and hand it to Xena, and then rewrap the other end of the rope around my arm.
All right. From the
I
shore,
realize it's probably a bad idea.
I'm going
How
to.
long is this piece of rope?
It's 40
50?
feet. Or, sorry, 50 feet.
Okay. Can you move yourselves where you will be when you throw it?
Okay.
I'm following Xena's lead on this one, so.
Trying to get.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
50 feet is right back where I am if someone holds on to the rope at the tip. Very edge
Okay,
of that.
Well, we
Great.
don't have the full length, so we now have it tied around a rock.
Xena
Oh,
steps
why-
on
Wrapped
the
around your arm.
rickety
Why
ass
don't you
boards.
move over here?
That
Why
part
don't you-
of the bridge feels fairly secure.
Okay, Xena moves forward.
Actually, you know what? Hold on real quick.
Like, take out the diagonal, shorten the distance.
Stand on the boat, then try to catch it.
I apologize. It's a 100-foot rope.
Oh, okay.
I remember I specifically wanted something longer because she goes tomb diving and all that stuff. So longer the rope, the
Yeah,
better.
you have or took the Spelunker's kit or something
I
out of it.
do. Yeah, it's the
which is the longer rope. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a 100-foot rope.
So we good. We're good.
Also,
I was like, wait a minute,
Yixis
that
is
wouldn't happen.
gonna
Alright.
just Yixis is just really gonna quickly smack Xena's arm.
I think a mosquito bit you.
Thanks.
Get down.
What does that do for me? You just smacking me?
He's trying to inflict pain and make you rage.
Oh, gotcha. So I can have advantage on the strength check. That's not enough to make Xena rage. Sorry.
No,
Eat
yeah,
one of
sorry
her
for makeup
feathers.
looks ugly.
Your
One of the
makeup looks
feathers.
smudged today.
What? This is new look for me. Where is it smudge? She starts trying to look in the water.
I think that deals psychic damage.
I'm gonna flip a coin to see if that's enough to make her rage today or not.
Sure, why not?
I mean, it is a new outfit, and he just insulted it.
I don't know how I did it, but I somehow cocked a 2-sided die.
That takes skill right there.
That's skill, yeah.
It got stuck in this like little pocket on my fucking tray. Okay, nope. Sadly, it's not enough to make Xena rage, but she does give you a dirty look.
It looks like the cams are messed up on this screen
Oh
too.
yeah, we all mixed
Rogan.
matched.
Are we?
Again?
New layout screen, so flip them all.
While you fix that, Xena's gonna kind of shoo Yixis away a little bit so she can get enough momentum so she can go back and then run forward to shot put this across.
And I'm gonna
So-
stand right here with the rope wrapped around my arm.
I'm guessing
And I'm gonna
strength check.
attach to a rock.
Fuck.
Really?
Yeah, rolled another 11. Literally the same exact roll. I just used a different dice too.
Okay.
Ace is throwing next time.
Yeah,
The
It does
strength-based
better than
person, Spear is so disappointed.
It does better than the javelin did. The rock, you feel, definitely has enough weight to it to get the rope completely across. It just wasn't quite enough heft behind it as it flies through the air and kind of lands just on the edge of this board right here and then kind of thunks into the water.
Or I attempt to reel it back in.
Yep. and
Xena
you can do
passes
that.
the rock to
Edith's turn.
yeah, no,
I'm passing the end of the rope. I'm not handing the rock back to you after I reel it in. I'm passing you the end of the rope.
yeah, Xena's just kind of eyeing the river right now. She really wants to just jump across. She wants to just get the hell across. She's kind of over this.
I need you to hold this rope.
Looking-
Let's try one more time.
Looking at it, you feel fairly confident that as long as you don't slip, those boards and other posts are close enough that you'd be able to jump your way across.
Guys, just let me take the rope across. I got this.
Yeah, Subiru does not have that kind of luck. She's like, nope.
And if you want to try, she'll hold on to the rock end and come the other end to Zika.
All right, give me a moment here. Water walk is gonna at least keep you above the water if you slip, so you're not gonna drown.
Didn't you guys want to save your spells or whatever?
This is a ritual,
Oh, all right. Cool. Whatever
So-
that means.
so
If you tie the rope to yourself, I can pull you in if you slip.
I'm gonna take
Sure.
10 minutes to cast water walk on everybody within 30 feet.
So everybody except for Subira has
Yeah.
water walked after 10 minutes has elapsed.
I'm gonna make sure all of my weapons are secure on me, or like real secure. Extra tie down on my axe and
Yeah.
Sparky.
Tie the rope to your belt.
Mm. All right. And then I'm gonna start trying to jump across.
And I'm going to hold the rock on the other end of the rope. So if she does fall, I can grab her.
Okay. So making that first jump, I assume, to this post here.
Yeah, hold on. I needed to get my sparkly die. Pink sparkly die. Don't fail me. Okay. So that'd be 16.
And were you using acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics.
Okay. So that 16 is enough to carry you across that shorter gap there to that post. I do need a dexterity save when you make your landing, though.
Oh, I get advantage on that. Because I get advantage on dex. Let's see, it says advantage on dex against effects that you can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. Does this count?
What is that?
Is something from I don't know what. It just says
The
it on my
barbarian
D&D
thing.
Beyond sheet.
I do believe it's a barbarian trait.
Yeah, I want to say it is, but
But isn't it magical effects?
no, it just says it's an advantage on dex save against effects that you can see.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with being a barbarian.
Danger sense. I have danger sense
There you go.
for some reason. Probably
That's a-
associated with my
That-
barbarian.
That's a barbarian
It's a
thing.
barbarian thing, that's
Yeah.
why.
So I think that would count. The advantage? DM?
Let's see.
I can post
Effects that
it.
you can see, such as
There you go.
traps and spells. Yeah, I think so. We'll count this crossing as like a trap type of thing. So, yeah, you can have advantage on that.
Okay. And yeah, cool. All right. Jesus Christ. I'm just not rolling well today, guys. I got a 10.
A 10.
Oof.
You land and you feel like the momentum of jumping is going to carry you right over the other side of the post, but you are
crap, crap,
able
crap.
to pirouette at the right moment and stop yourself from slipping off the edge.
Oh great, this is a lot more slippery than I initially thought. And I'm gonna try to jump over to that spot.
Okay, so give me an athletics or an acrobatics for that one.
Okay, athletics again. Thank you, finally. God, I'm rolling better now. So it's gonna be 21.
21. Yeah, that'll easily carry you across. I do
Finally
need
not
another
single
dex
digit.
save though.
Another dex save. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that should be fine. That is gonna be 24.
24. Oh yeah. You expect the kind of slippery, slightly slimy wood beneath your feet and adjust appropriately to make your hop across and are able to keep your footing no problem.
Okay. And I'm going to go straight across to like that spot there.
Okay. So do another acrobatics or athletics.
Ooh, that's good. Okay. 25.
25. Again, no problem. You know what to expect. You make your jump and land gracefully.
Dex save again?
Yep.
Okay. Both of those were cocked, so oh, nat 20.
Oh, nice.
Not a problem. You land in such a way that as you kind of mitigate the momentum that was carrying you across, it carries you right to the other end of that board.
Cool.
And you are perfect.
And then from here, I'm going to try to, let's see, that's 5, 10, 15. I think my straight jump should get me across to the other side. Because it's based on your strength, right? I'm trying to remember what the jump mechanics are.
So
I'll look that
jumping for a long jump.
I think it's 10 feet
standing
per.
If
I
you
think.
move at least 10 feet before making the jump,
I mean, it's
then
not
you
big.
can jump a distance equal to your strength score.
Okay. And for
when you
standing?
when you make a standing long jump, you can jump only half of that distance.
Okay. So I have of my strength score?
Yep.
Plus nothing. So, my strength score is 20.
Yeah.
So
you
I can only
do
jump
a
10
standing
feet.
jump of 10.
So that would be 5, 10. That doesn't quite get me to the shore, huh?
Not quite. You may be able to grab onto the shore as you jump. It's not like a sheer cliff
As I
face.
see her approaching, I'm gonna come over and try to help.
So it's not like a sheer cliff face. It's just like a really steep slope into the riverbed. So with Sabir's help and a bit of luck, and using your claws, you might be able to just grab on and make that jump.
I'm gonna go for it. So I jump and try to pull myself up.
Okay, so start with that athletics for the jump.
Okay. Well, I thought with the standing jump, doesn't that just
It's
Go that
more
far?
for the specific target of
Oh, okay.
where you're landing.
Got it.
You'll jump the distance regardless. It's just how's the footing when you land.
Okay. Not as good. 16.
16. That's enough though, and
Okay.
you don't need to make a save here, assuming Sabira is helping you.
Yes.
Okay. So she uses the help
are-
action.
On target, know what to expect, make the leap across, and you find your footing.
Okay. I'm gonna give a big thumbs up to Isa on the other side. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna untie the rope from my belt and hand it to Sabira and be like, what do we do with this now?
Well, the point was everyone was going to hold on to it and get across if they can so the river doesn't sweep them away, but I didn't realize so many people had the capability of just teleporting or jumping over.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that was not easy. That was actually really hard. I don't know if everybody would be able to do that. I mean, a lot of us are pretty, like, Isa and Zarek's probably be fine, but Yixis should probably find another way, and Zara should probably find another way.
Yixis could probably take Zara if he wanted to.
But it wasn't easy. I know I make it look easy, but alright, I know. I mean, look at this. But it wasn't.
Your feathers are wet.
Oh, come on. These were from water birds. I just flick the water off of the feathers. They're fine.
They're all frilled.
No, they're not. You're lying.
Am I?
Are you guys gonna hold that rope tight so someone else can cross or not?
Oh, sorry.
Who's next? I'm gonna look
So
back at the
are
group.
you just standing there holding on to the rope, or are you securing it on something? There's not too much
You
to
want to-
secure it to.
She wasn't
but-
told secure. She's just gonna stand there and hold it.
That's why
She
I
feels like
wanted the
it's safer.
javelin to dig it into the ground so we can hold on to it a little bit better.
Well, You guys have a javelin.
That's why I'm telling this to Cena.
I can hold it better than a freaking javelin can.
Okay.
She has an opinion too. She's holding that rock.
So yeah, Xena just wraps it around her arm a bunch of times, braces herself.
Okay. So there is
Subir will hold on to her waist just for extra help.
a length of rope spanning the river now between Xena and Isa. What's the plan from here?
Ethan's gonna look back at the rest of the group expectantly.
Yeah, what was the rest of the plan?
Zara will go.
Okay. How?
I think she's just gonna copy what wait, there's a rope spanning across, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Straight line between Xena and Isa.
Imagine that it would maybe kind of potentially help, like, yeah.
She's gonna turn into a
If it
smaller
could, like,
spider
go
with wild
over-
shape and just run across the rope.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That it's no problem. You're a spider, so you have no problem holding on to it. It is held taut, so it is not dipping down into the water. You scurry across off the rope onto Xena's hand and then up onto her shoulder or something.
And then
Hey,
once
bud.
I'm on the other side, I drop it.
So I'm gonna look back at the other three, be like, who's next? Derek's, Yixix, Rain.
Gonna look at Rain.
Eyeballing this entire thing, going, okay.
You keep a hand on it and jump, you should be alright. This might help. I don't know.
How sturdy do the planks, what's left of the bridge on the other side, look?
They are showing signs of mild rot, but they are quite thick, the boards. So as long as you don't weigh several hundred pounds, you're probably okay, maybe, to cross them.
That's fair. Um. Yeah, okay. The plan is I'm going to hop to that post and then Misty step straight across to the what's
Clear bit
left
of
of the
the
bridge on
dock
the other
there.
side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So an athletics
Basically
or
just hop
acrobatics
on the post and go.
for that first hop, and then a dex save for when you land.
Athletics? Sure. Not great. Athletics of 11.
11. Okay, and then a dex save.
There we go. 18.
18. And when you went to make that jump, did you grab onto the rope as well or not?
I was basically just getting sort of 10 feet out, whether or not I landed on the post.
Gotcha. Okay.
The post was sort of a, if I get there.
So your toes, your tippy toes, land on the very edge of that post, and you feel yourself begin to slip off, heading for the water. But you had a plan in place, and it is just a snap of the fingers to do that misty step to the opposite end. And it's a darn good thing you could do that. Otherwise, you would be face planting into the water.
And just sort of Misty Step land there and use what I assume Misty Step sort of would carry the momentum through as it would be going.
Yeah.
So sort of like the last 10 feet just carrying forward onto the shore going.
And
okay.
that last distance across the ends of those boards, it's not comfortable. Those boards beneath your feet are very squishy, very soft.
Was there a lot of creaking involved?
There was. But you made it across in one piece.
Not elegant, but it'll do.
Next one down. DX6, Green, which one of you is going next?
Green, do you feel comfortable doing this?
No.
Do you have another way across for yourself?
No.
Dimension door.
Okay. Dimension dooring you and Reen across. I want you to give me a perception check as you and her are being engulfed by this doorway that you've created.
I thought you might ask for something like that because I have a feeling what triggers something. Perception. 19.
19. Okay. You see and feel a lot of fun things happening. That is... Okay, good. So as you and her are stepping into this doorway, or rather being overtaken by this doorway, you see the arcane scars on both of you begin to flare up once again.
Oh no.
But you see something that is perhaps even more fun than that. As you turn to look back at her, you see movement off in the distance behind you. looks to be about 40 to 50 feet back, so not too far away. And in the brief moment that you glimpse whatever this is, you see the silhouette, the figure of a 15 to 20 foot tall creature with 6 horns spreading out from the top of its head, wrapping out into a curl. The face of some kind of twisted, torn, bull-like creature. Upper torso, humanoid, but pure muscle, covered in little patches of wiry, thick fur, and its bottom half completely furred, ending in hooved, clawed feet. And it's looking directly at you, hunched down, preparing to charge.
Me specifically?
Your direction. And as you realize what it's preparing to do, that's when you are poofed to the other side here. And then that's when the arcane scars on both you and Reen burst in a brilliant flash of light. I'm so glad these two things lined up perfectly. So I'm going to need a couple rolls from you, Shadow Fox. I need a D6 and a D20.
Four and 14. And do I have time to do any kind of reaction?
You do not. This is kind of happening while you're being transported. So 4 and 14, you say.
This is exactly why Sabira had her head on a swivel traveling. She's like, this thing is around. I don't like this.
Choose a damage type for me. If Yixis was about to cast a spell where he could choose the type of damage that it produced, what would he choose?
You know what? How many damage types are there to choose from? Because it would be situational. So
let's go with the damage types that Chromatic Orb has, because this is what is happening.
well,
So it is acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder.
okay, so there's 6 damage types.
Yep.
All right, so D6. 5.
5, so it is poison damage. So as you are teleported to the opposite end of this river, or opposite side of this river, you see a large glowing orb kind of appear right in front of you. One that you know is similar to your chromatic orb, but much bigger. And it fires out a beam at the last thing that you looked at, which just happened to be that creature. So that worked out in your favor. And I need you to roll. What's the damage on that? That is 3. Okay, so roll 3d8 for me.
Hey, you're supposed to go in the dice tray. Okay, so we've got 14 points of damage.
14. Okay, so you don't see the impact, the brilliance of this orb and this line of magical damage that shoots out towards this creature is so bright that it almost blinds you for a moment. But the power behind it, you feel, would easily have done, say, double the damage you would expect it to with a normal chromatic orb. And then you look over at Reen and you see her arcane scars doing the same thing that yours just did. Hers are significantly more strange, let's say. Because she has a much bigger spell list at the moment. But you don't see too much happen from hers. You feel a very, very brief, intense burning from something in your pocket after her scars light up and then begin to dull again. And as her scars dull, so does that burning sensation of whatever it is in your pocket that's creating it. So something has just happened to something of yours, but you don't immediately know what.
Green, it happened again. Isa, look out behind you.
Huh?
Isa, you turn around and you see this huge creature charging straight for you.
Hang on to the rope. Xena,
Easy.
pull.
Go.
And you do have a minute here for a reaction, which can be movement or taking out your shield or doing whatever it is that Isa would do as this creature charges for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to flip a coin.
Jump.
Subira did yell out
Don't you
to
flip
hang
that
on to the
coin.
rope. And
I'm
I tell
flipping that
Xena
coin.
to pull.
Isa would come to her friends.
Would she though?
She would.
The leader is over on that side, and he needs protecting.
Yeah, I mean, she can do it much better from this side.
Do you have the rope wrapped around your waist like we told you to?
Nope, she was holding the
Damn it.
rock.
Zara's gonna yell, Isa, get over here. That's an order.
Leader.
If she's hanging onto the rope right now, Subira's gonna tell Xena to yank.
It's not gonna help. I'm not doing that.
Hold on to the rope.
Yeah, I'll
Start-
move. I'll go to start
start
jumping across.
running.
What are you doing?
Yeah, she's gonna jump here to start making her way across.
She's also
Okay.
gonna remind Isa that water walk is still on.
So
I'll hold on to that
I
rock.
need an athletics or an acrobatics.
Athletics. Ooh, natural 20 for 27.
Okay. Follow that up with a dex save.
17.
17. Okay. Yeah, you find your footing. It is not a problem. However, now we are going to have to enter initiative.
Figure. And of course, now you roll like
Does
Clear
this look like the
this.
creature, or is this more like a servant of the creature?
This, you didn't see the creature before,
True.
so you're not entirely sure, but the size of this creature, it's certainly possible that it was making those vibrations that you felt in the ground the night
Okay.
before.
Do I know if this is like the
Oops.
god, the horned god, or is this or the horned demon, or is this more of like kind of a servant of it?
Give me a religion. Religion doesn't feel right, but it's the closest I think that fits.
Here, okay. $15.
15. This is definitely a creature that is showing the influence of Baphomet. Whether it is a servant of Baphomet or an avatar of Baphomet or a cultist of Baphomet is hard to tell, but it definitely has that influence.
Okay.
Everyone, roll that initiative for me.
Oh, right, that's a thing.
Yeah. And my dice betrayed me. Rolled a 3.
My dice are about as useful as ever.
Now I'm putting the initiative up.
Mine.
I mean, you guys are always welcome to do whatever you want, but I'm putting the tracker up more to keep track of the sequence of events. If you want to actually try and fight it, you're more than welcome to. But the trackers, they're more for my sake than anything else.
Well, are we in initiative right now? Because if he's within 60 feet of me, well, I
it-
guess
it
he
is-
shouldn't be right now.
It
but-
is initiative, yeah. So you're welcome to do battle-oriented stuff. I put the initiative up just so we don't all scramble to do things at once and it just becomes a cluster of a mess.
It's more of an
Yeah.
organization.
Can you
Yeah.
can you sort the initiative though? Because it's like 12,
Yes.
20, 16.
Yeah, I was just waiting for everyone to get their initiative in there.
Gotcha.
So as Iza leaps across, this creature comes running, charging. It has about enough movement speed to get right here. So that is all it can do.
Is it heavy
that
enough to fall
moment.
through?
Not on that side of the dock. You felt that side of the dock was quite sturdy.
Damn it.
I'm gonna do something. As he gets within 60 feet, Xena's gonna shout out to it. Hey, you ugly piece of shit! Turn back in the forest. No one wants to see your ugly mug, you fucking loser. Are you mad we knocked over your fucking shrine, fucking loser? And just gonna cast
Damn.
vicious mockery.
This
Oh boo hoo!
Okay.
Yeah. So wisdom saving throw.
Man, why not just insult its mother while you're at it?
your mother smells of elderberries.
It rolled a 30.
Shit. Okay, it's got good wisdom. Okay, that didn't work, guys. Isa, you know what? You got this. Just keep coming, girl. You got this. And I'm gonna give her bardic inspiration as a bonus action
Okay.
And then I'm done. with what I wanted to do.
Subira, is there any? You have a moment if there was something that you wanted to do here.
There's so much happening right now. Let me see. Hold on. This is probably not gonna work. But she's gonna try. Hope to God it's a nat 1. She's gonna go ahead and extend her arm out, and close her fist. She casts Hold Person on it, or would it be Hold Creature? Is this a person? Can I do it on a person?
Well, that depends. What spell exactly are you casting?
It's Hold Person. It says on a humanoid. So I don't know if this counts as one. why I
Surprisingly,
see.
it does.
Oh, okay. It needs
It
to make
is
a
just-
wisdom saving throw.
Classed as a fiend, so it is a humanoid. I will oblige Azurin real quick and
Yeah,
large the token for everyone to see.
I zoomed him on the map as well.
He is a nasty critter. So what was that saving throw?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 28.
Yeah. It was a chance. Nope.
Okay,
This,
he's pretty stronger there than me.
Do you have any bonus actions that you'd like to attempt, Sabira?
Just to yell at Frieza to move her ass.
Okay.
Mark it.
And Xena did the Bardic Inspiration and the Vicious Mockery. Yixis, you have a moment if there's anything you'd like to attempt.
I am holding my action for. I'm holding my turn. I would like to put my turn after Iza's. Oh wait, who's Iza?
I'm 2 below you.
I would like to delay my turn till after Iza.
You can certainly do that. Zara, if there's anything you'd like to attempt.
Yep, I'm dropping a 4th level moonbeam on it.
Okay. Moonbeam. Here's my token for that. Perhaps if I actually look in the right place.
The Bean of Moons.
There it
And can I
is.
also have my tiny servant in flying?
Yes, you can. Moonbeam is a 10-foot diameter.
It is a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put it like right here.
Okay.
No, like up a bit, so he's still in it.
There.
Yeah, but it's like discouraging him from moving forward.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna need, I believe it's a Constitution saving throw. I don't really expect it to fail. It's a demon, anyway. So.
That is a 26.
Yeah, so it's only gonna take half.
Yeah, that's a red flag that we gotta go.
Oh, question. Did Xena even know about the shrine? I just realized I mentioned it, but I don't know if she knows about it. Did anyone tell her? 'Cause I don't think she would know
not
about the
unless Isa
Minotaur at
did.
all.
Yeah, I don't think
Um,
he's said anything either.
So it's gonna.
Okay, I retconned my stuff about the shrine. I just talked about how ugly he was.
So half.
There was a goat.
So half damage. He's gonna take 15.
Okay.
Because it was 31 radiant, but it's gonna be 15. But I'm just gonna keep the beam focused there.
Grab Yixis's pets real quick. That damn tiny servant.
That thing has been
Look,
pretty awesome.
that
this
is,
game.
yeah, that's like the most swole tiny servant of all time.
Okay. Isa, you have a moment to do something, and you have Bardic Inspiration.
Can I? So, I want to try to goad this thing to come after me. I have a goading attack, but it says if I hit it with a weapon attack,
Yes.
could that be an improvised weapon?
Weapon
Okay.
attack is a weapon attack, regardless of the weapon.
I have an ale cask in my inventory that I took off of the other Gnoll party that we ran into.
I recall.
Is that
Yes.
something that's a throwable size?
I assume so. I mean, if
Yeah.
if you can
I've been
carry it, you
carrying
can
it.
throw it.
So I want to grab the thing and I want to hurl it at it as hard as I can
Okay.
and do a
Um,
goading attack.
Are you proficient with improvised weapons?
No, I am not.
Okay, so it will be a d20 plus your dexterity modifier for the attack roll.
Freaking, that's 15?
A 15. Okay, so you throw this ale cast at this creature, and it just swats it right out of the air.
Looking annoyed, she'll pull out her dagger and do the same thing because the dagger she's proficient with.
Okay.
Oh, that's a natural 20.7. I
That'll
think I have a
hit.
dagger. So let's see. My dagger is 8, 9, 10, 14 piercing damage. Oh, plus the goading attack, so that's going to be another. 8, another 10 points on top of that.
Okay, and
And then it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
was that a regular dagger or a special dagger?
Just a regular dagger.
Just regular dagger. Okay, so you hit your target, and it does not do the damage you were hoping it to, but it was a crit, so it did some damage. And he rolls really low on his wisdom save with a 22.
That's enough to save.
Oh, that's low.
Yeah. She's gonna look back at the group and go, run.
What I've been saying.
She's gonna drop. Obviously, she had to drop the rock in order to do all of this, so the rock is now floating in the water or sinking in
I
the water.
hope it's not. These weird ass physics if it was.
Wait, did the rock get walk on water?
I guess so.
Apparently, she's just gonna yell at them to run, and she's gonna take a step off of this pillar onto the surface of the water with her water rock, and basically be like, "See you on stream." Oh, that's the other thing she wanted to yell. Can I say something else?
Yeah.
She yelled at the monster like, "I'm the one that destroyed your shrine. Come after me." And she's just gonna take the step off onto the water and let the river carry her away.
Zara's gonna yell, "Pull the rope!" to
She dropped
Xena
the
and
rope.
them.
Yeah, she dropped the rock. It is now submerged in the water.
Can I attempt?
had to in order
oh,
to
it's not my
grab my
turn.
weapons.
Never mind.
Okay.
I want to try to lasso her.
As
Eh,
you jump
I wish I kept the rock.
down into the water, give me a dexterity save. Unless you want to deliberately fail it to basically fall on your butt and let the motion of the river carry you.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
Okay. So you hop off. It's awkward trying to stand on turbulent waters, so you do kind of fall down a bit, but the motion of the river quickly begins to sweep you away, even with the water walk.
I assume so.
We'll get to that when we get to it. But for now, Yixis, you have a moment.
No, if it's gonna move her, move her.
No, it'll move her at the start of her next turn.
Literally ruined everything.
What I'm here for.
Can you take your rest of your movement, Isa, to like roll
mean-
a little bit? Like-
Yeah, if I
Get it
could take more
started.
movement, but I'm not sure.
Like you didn't move at all.
Yeah.
You took the 5-step.
I thought it would make me move, so
She jumped, which is movement, and then she fell prone.
yeah,
But doesn't the water count as okay? Well,
it's fine. I did what I did.
D&D physics is weird.
Yep.
Yeah, things get a little bit weird when you could walk on water.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Literally did exactly the one thing that messed any number of my plans up entirely.
Yeah, the problem was she's just coming off of being lectured for putting you all in danger, so. Get the monster chaser, you guys are in danger.
You know, when I planned this river crossing, there were no monsters involved.
Well, put a demon
That's-
lord shrine in our path.
That's what you get for planning.
I guess so.
This boat that's upside down right there, how, like, would I safely be able to walk up to it and touch it without going far enough into the water that it could actually sweep me away?
Yeah, it's like a foot maybe out from the edge of the shore, capsized, and kind of the motion of the river is kind of like banging it up against the shoreline. So, yeah, you'd be able to reach out and touch the boat.
Okay. Because this may not be the exact letter of the spell, but I believe that it follows the intention. I'm going to use Dimensional Shove on the boat to make
Okay.
it go 30 feet flying at this creature, and more specifically at the dock beneath it.
Let's see. Dimensional shove.
Dropping that in the chat.
Yeah, I see no reason why the spell couldn't do that. I mean, it says it pushes a target. Your target's the boat.
I mean, I basically want to catapult it at the dock to try to
And I'm
break the dock.
fairly confident that a capsized boat is going to fail its wisdom save.
Yes.
Now,
That,
that
how it
boat,
ended up capsized.
that was a failed intelligence save. the boat is like actually part of the map. I didn't think anyone was going to move it, so visually it's not going to move, but we'll say it moves. 30 feet into the underside of that dock to try and collapse it. Okay. That dock does have HP. So, boat damage. How much damage did we do to the side of that mountain that one time? Roll 3d12 for me. This thing is being shoved with pretty decent momentum.
Okay. That's going to be a 24. Wait,
24.
18? Yeah, 20. 24.
Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised. The dock had 20 HP. So you are able to shove that boat, and it kind of reappears right in front of that dock with such momentum that when it strikes it, it's just splinters everywhere. And that dock immediately begins to collapse under the weight of this creature standing atop of it. And it needs to make a dexterity save here. Rolled a 2. Even with its +9, a 2 is not enough. So, yeah, that dock collapses beneath this creature, and it is going to have, well, it's going to have to make some decisions on its turn. This has certainly put it in a bit of a predicament.
And then for my bonus action, I am going to... Now, Tiny Servant is literally made from clusters of little gears and claws from one of those jaguar-like creature things.
Yes.
So Flying Snake is going to, as I command it, pick up Tiny Servant and drop it on the Minotaur's head.
Okay. Does your familiar have enough movement speed to get there?
It's a 60-foot fly speed.
Oh yeah, flying snakes are ridiculous. In the best way.
I love them so much.
So yeah, it can certainly do that. It is not forced movement. I assume your tiny servant is allowing this to happen.
Yep. And so then Tiny Servant will attack on its turn.
Okay. So its turn, I assume Yixis has nothing else to do, so its turn would immediately follow him, correct?
Yes.
That's how we've been doing it? Yeah. So it can attack away as it is airdropped on top of this creature.
Sorry, I thought I had the stat block up, but I had the spell up, so I'm pulling up the stat block now.
This is taking several turns that I was not expecting.
Okay. Plus 13. 23. Wait, 22.
22 is the number you needed to hit it.
Oh, best Tiny Servant ever. Okay. And 6 bludgeoning damage right smack dab on top of its head. Just
Okay,
to
and
piss it off.
does the stat block for the tiny servant or the spell itself say whether the damage is regular or magical?
It does not.
Okay,
It's a tiny construct, so I mean my
We'll treat it as magical just to keep things moving for now. So it will
Okay.
in fact do that damage. So after you airdrop the tiny servant on this creature and it begins to swing away, as it so often does, Zarex, you also have a moment as this thing is flailing about in the collapsed dock.
Oh.
It's a great picture.
How
Rob.
much of a ass do I want to be?
As much as possible.
You're absolutely right. So a 20-foot radius. I kind of remember how spell dimensions look. That should be... If I use the right keyboard, it'd work a whole lot better.
Usually.
A little bit.
Now, is that a 20-foot radius centered on a point?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So, that is going to go right there.
Okay.
And that is going to be everyone's favorite spell, Spike Growth.
Spike growth.
Nice.
Because I,
Okay.
too, would like to see this horrible thing get dragged through that.
I knew I should have taken plant growth today. I didn't take it. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna need it.
Think the answer should always be yes on that one in this party.
Yeah, I think so, because I could have made that go 100 feet down river with him and just have him be dragged through
Ooh.
100 feet of thorns.
Oh,
Yeah.
that does not sound good.
Oh yeah, it does.
Sounds awesome.
Maybe get him snagged a little bit.
We're horrible people.
All right.
Um,
Yeah, you are. Anything else?
That axe doesn't return. No, I'm good.
Okay. So this creature is going to start off its turn making a save. A strength save versus the current of the river. I'm never using that die again. Yeah, it rolled an 11, which is very unfortunate. But it is just on the shore, and it is very large and tangled in splinters of the dock. So it will be dragged at least 5 feet through this spike growth. So go ahead and do that 2d4 piercing.
Well, that's the direction the river's going.
Yes.
I kind of assumed it was going that way, which is why I placed it where I did. So 4 damage for the first 5 feet.
Okay. And moonbeam stuff happens at the start of its turn, right?
Start of its turn, yes. I need a con save.
That is more like it. That is going to be a 33.
He's only going to take a half. So 26 radiant total, so 13.
Okay. Now it actually gets to do things, and despite it being an enraged beast, it is actually quite intelligent. So I think it is going to use its movement, which is halved. Which movement does it have? Not as much as I thought. So it moved 3 spaces through the spike growth. So that is another 64.
Are you battle crying every time I roll dice? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
He's giving you inspiration.
Oh, that's a lot of numbers. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. So yeah, that was inspiration. 21 damage.
Oof, that is a nasty spell.
There was a lot of fours involved.
So now I need to zoom out because I need to do some measuring.
Yo, you could keep that measurement off me, thank you.
I don't think I will.
Look, the map isn't big enough for him on that side.
Okay. Oh, I can only target one creature with this? All right. Isa,
Yep.
roll a d8 for me. We're going to let you determine the target of this.
Well, I think I know Ida's choice. Wow.
Sorry, what was that number?
5.
I thought you said fuck. I'm like, fuck's not a number.
It is.
I thought she said fuck too. I was
Could
like,
be.
what? Was it a one? Because
Okay.
we don't. That's not necessarily bad that we know of.
You guys are real lucky. Real lucky. And I'm real sad because I wanted to target one of you with this. Everyone that is around Reen is going to hear a bit of a almost vibration through the air coming from right behind her. And as you look over in her direction, you see a portal open up behind her. And on the other side of this portal is something that is kind of familiar to all of you. As you see within a labyrinth that is constantly shifting back and forth, its passages closing and reopening elsewhere. And as she clues into what's happening, she turns around and sees it. She only has a brief moment to give a bit of a scared look at all of you as this portal engulfs her, closing, disappearing along with her.
Yeah.
Did he just banish her?
Nope, he
Nope.
did something much worse.
He tossed her
and-
into the maze.
I think that is where we are going to stop for tonight because it is 11:30. So we will have to pick this up next week and see what happens. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this, whatever it is.
After all of that work to keep her alive, you decide to toss her into the maze.
I didn't decide, the dice decided.
Uh-huh.
Iza was 1, Yixis was 2, Subiro was 3, Xena was 4, Reen was 5, Zara was 6, and then Xerax was 7.
See, I was trying to get to 1 because I kind of assumed I was 1. I rolled the dice that always rolls the damn ones. And
What
this
was
time
8? Who
Yeah.
was 8?
There was no 8, it would just be a reroll on 8.
He just banishes the tiny servant.
Yes.
He banishes himself.
And then we're screwed
Um,
because the tiny servant's the true MVP.
Yeah, this took a turn that I was not expecting. I didn't have most of this prepared for today, so that's a thing. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of all of this. I'll have to think
Well,
about
she has
it
high
for the next week.
intelligence. She might have a chance to escape
She does have high intelligence,
And she's gone
it-
through the maze multiple times, so.
It
Yeah.
is a DC 20 on the save for that.
She has a
But-
chance.
She does have a high intelligence, so we'll just have to wait until next Monday to see what happens.
Oh God.
Oh man, Xena would have had no
Yeah, it's
hope
too
of
long.
escaping that if it was
No.
her.
Man, Xena would have just, like, brute forced her
lived.
way through it and just, like, went
Yeah.
through all the walls.
Just use that fancy new axe and just smash
Yeah.
through the walls to get through the maze.
Guess Xena started killing stuff.
Yeah. So
This is my home now.
not the only show that we have on this channel where all hell breaks loose. We have a lot more of that on Tuesdays with Destiny Forged, and then even more of that on alternating Saturdays with Withered Waste, which is finally going to be returning this Saturday after about a month away, and then also Wayward Wanderers, which is our Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse campaign run by the lovely Azarin. We also have a once a month lore talk show that happens on the first month of the first Saturday of every month happens on the
first one.
first month of every year, but that's it.
The
It's
first
once
month-
a year.
The first month of every month.
The first month of every Saturday.
Yeah. We have not announced, I think, a topic or a guest for the next one, so keep an ear out on Twitter and on our Discord for that. And as always, if you've missed any of our shows, they are available on our YouTube channel. Thank you once again for everyone, or to everyone, for joining me on this adventure with these crazy pups.
You don't have to sound so strained when you say
It's-
adventure.
There's a lot on my mind right now. I have to figure out a lot of things before next week. But it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys find your way out of it.
Yeah, all I can tell you is after that very first save you did, I was like, yeah, there's no way we can take this guy out. We need
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah,
20
yeah, this guy
We need to leave.
is at this level anyway, he is strictly a runaway type of enemy.
Yeah.
And isn't like
He's got a-
maze, like isn't that like a really high level spell too? So
yeah,
it's like, get
maze is an 8th level spell.
out!
Yeah.
Get out!
And all of his spells he does as abilities, not as actual spells. So they can't be counterspelled.
Why does every time I have a
Demon.
main character with counterspell, I can
This-
never freaking use counterspell?
So
No one
that's
likes
because
counterspell.
you guys destroyed a shrine to Baphomet and summoned a CR-23 creature. That's why.
I didn't.
Correction.
I was
Isa
innocent
destroyed a
on this
shrine.
You did because you told me I could throw the rock by walking away.
You're a
You're right,
group.
you gotta know you have to babysit Isa a bit better than that.
You're a group. You share blame equally.
From now on, we're just gonna like tie Isa up and like put her hands in like the little
Yeah.
mittens and shove them into our pockets.
Yeah.
And she's just not
I
allowed to
mean-
do any. She's gonna be like
Yep.
tied to Xena with like one of those little baby harnesses, just so
She's
she
gonna be
can't
l-
do anything.
Yep. She's gonna be my little baby Yoda on my backpack. Little backpack.
Yep.
And y'all
Backpack
thought we were
Isa.
gonna make it to Delore.
Well, some of us
You'll
are.
get there eventually.
I
Whether
still got to
whether it's
run,
one
but now
of you or all of
moved.
you.
Oh my gosh.
Good thing I made a backup character for one episode.
Look on the bright side. At least there's a river between most of us.
Yeah, that's
Can you imagine if we
That's-
took the dirt road?
That's why Isa said what
Yeah.
she said.
And
Yeah.
it's a
River.
strong enough river that this guy backed out of it. So
that's
That's
saying
good.
something.
Meanwhile, Isa jumped in.
yeah, that was unexpected. So we'll see how that resolves next week. I have a lot to think about. Bye.
See ya, everyone.